Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Nature hums when morning comes along. Okay. Used to be an old
Good day.
Shirley Temple movie. Remember, she'd come out and she sang, and it'd be a fun thing.
What is going on, everybody?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Got some new faces. What's up, Trey? I dig your content, man. I was cracking up at a lot of that stuff because it's like, I feel like you're a guy that I'd yell at, like jumping in the wheat truck, be like, "Hey, throw me a water." I don't know. Kind of grew up with. Just feels like I'm hanging out with my crowd. Kind of funny how that works. So the thing that I really want to do today, because a lot of people, I get email after email, comment after comment. I did want to cover some stuff with Trey. He had a really good question in the comments, or in the community, sorry, about, what to do with, high ticket, because sometimes when you hear what I'm doing, or you hear about the residual stuff, the MRR stuff, it can, conceptually, it sounds really cool. It's like, oh yeah, 1,000 people, $97 a month. What a dream.
Right.
And it can be that way, but sometimes, if something's working and you're converting $5,000 sales here and there, that's never bad either. So you get torn, and then my answer is always do both. And then you start getting sick of one or the other, or one just beats the other one. But then you have to decide, well, am I going to go hard and try to do that, or am I going to focus on something? And that's typically where it works out the best, is where, because it really doesn't matter how much anything is if you have the volume. Right? I mean, if you have the volume, then it doesn't matter, right? So that's where, and the volume only comes from, creating content, creating emails, doing offers, making things exciting, because frankly, you got to do that. You have to do that. Like, every damn car commercial is like, "Oh, come down here," and there's like some, thing on the roof. There's always like some crazy thing happening, and it's like, damn, I should go get a pickup, and it's like, it's like the same old thing. But you don't have to be that way either. There's different folks. Like, some people are just chill and they have their style that way. Other people, they're wound up. It just, you got to find your little sweet spot, who you are and who you want to be, because you can just create anything you want. I mean, I want you to be yourself, but it's hard to be yourself, especially in the beginning.
I'm wound up. When I get going, I use hands, and I do all kinds.
For God's sakes, you were singing when this thing started. We get it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So anyway, I want to get to some questions, and then I want to do, I thought it'd be cool. I don't know how much we can get done or how far we can make it, but everybody asks about the funnel, like, and I honestly have not really went into system and just, I mean, I have, like, it's kind of like you jump in there and create something. But I want to create a funnel and like try to connect systems, emails to it and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into the weeds, but I just like, how fast can we throw together an offer? I've got a little offer on my board over here. It's hard to see with my super duper wide lens bokeh bullshit that you don't need. But I've got a headline and like a thing over here. I figured we could just create with that. And then, you can ask questions along the way. It'll be recorded. But the thing for me is like, how fast can I create an offer? You can sit around a campfire or whatever you sit around. I'm getting real woodsy. It's his beard, man. It's Trey's beard makes me want to, I need to like cut some wood. I love that thing, man. That ain't easy. That ain't an easy task. I could never get it there. But I just want to show you, like, how fast can we put something together? How fast can you create an offer and get it out there? Because you can think of something. You could be like, we're going to have only 30 people can come in. It's kind of like what we did with Tammy. Like on the last call, we created an offer real quick. And when you can do that, what you can provide people. If somebody needs, if some guy with a ski mask broke into your door right now, he's like, write 30 emails, or like you would be like, like you would hammer that out. But for some reason, because you have Chat GPT, you have everything. But for some reason, we don't do that, or we don't realize we can do it that way. And then you got to make offers. That's what makes people buy stuff. If you want to sell a bunch of $5,000 packages without being on a phone call, do you have to do a phone call, Trey, with that? Yeah. No, that's where it got with me. I was like, dude, I know I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. All right, check. That's done. This is my Tiger Woods did golf. I do this. I'm not comparing myself to his skills or anything. I'm just saying, like, he knew what he was doing. I know that I'm doing this. This will be the thing. Some way, shape, or form, it'll be this. However did you guys see the new metaverse? Not to change topics, but did you see that?
Yes, I could not believe it.
I didn't know it was going to look like that. Did you
Neither
guys?
did I.
The metaverse with it's Lex Friedman and Mark Zuckerberg do a podcast in the metaverse. It's like a complete perfect photorealistic replica of you, and you're both in the same room. Like, he had to scoot him back because he felt like he was in his personal space.
I follow Matt Wolf on YouTube, and he breaks down all the things that are things in AI for the whole week, and he has I think it's called Future Tools newsletter. It's really, really good. So as he discovers the things and presents them on the YouTube channel, he actually puts them on a newsletter. And I found out about it. He demoed it. It was like, or showed it, and it was like, oh my God, I could not believe it. It was like, wow.
Yeah, no, it's insane. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, I want you guys at the end of the day, the thing that you need to be able to do is put together an offer and roll it for a couple weeks. This is what makes things move. There's not a single person that I've ever met or know that don't operate like this. And it's not of the launch, oh, you're in the launch hamster wheel. I'm pretty sure iPhone just did a launch. Every single year at about the same time, they launch an enormous amount of crap. The richest company in the world, outside of some like hidden Saudi companies with oil and stuff. But known on paper, Apple, they are like $3 trillion right now or something, isn't it? I think that's where they're at. Like, that's ridiculous. They do launches all the freaking time. And the people that they put their stuff to do launches all the time. AT&T's always launching something to me. Open my phone to pay my bill or something like that. It's like, hey. And it's like, you have to realize that's what you're doing in business, because people won't take action. We're like meant to be cats laying in the sunlight through the door. That's what we're designed to do. Take that least path of resistance. So you have to be able to create offers. I do it with a newsletter, and then I just do pop-offs like in my world. So I decided I'm going to do this. And so at that point, it's like, I got to create offers. And you just kind of stage them the way you feel comfortable with them. If you want more money, do more offers. It's that simple. Name one store, as I talked about last time, that you walk into and they're casual about selling you something. The whole time you're in there, you're submersed with buy stuff. It's no different. It's no different here. So when you can throw together a landing page and make an offer, they opt in for something really cool that's going to blow their mind and basically help them most of the way there. They're not going to ever assume that what you're giving them is part of your course material. They're not, that their brain says, why would that person do that? But if you don't blow their mind, they aren't going to keep looking. If you don't blow their mind, they're going to be like, I mean, think about it. If you give them something for free and it doesn't get them most of the way there, and they go, damn, oh shit, all I need is that's all I need now is that part. Well, and then they realize they get a community where they can get on calls like this. Think about this. It's not about me. It's about you and you getting what you came for. But to be able to jump on like this, Trey, when somebody buys your thing, what's the process? Like, what happens? I just spent, I'm sure the $5,000's very inclusive and more, I don't know, but when somebody buys your thing, what do they get afterwards? The moment the card goes through,
they immediately get access to our group, our program, our coaching calls every single week, and so on.
Oh, so you do. Okay, good. You do this basically every single week?
Yep.
Excellent. And so you're showing somebody how to do what? What's the main thing that you're
create and sell their own digital products?
Okay. So when they come in, you take them through that self-paced pre-recorded program. What program are you using when they buy it? Like I'm in Skool.
Right. Yeah. So we host all, you know how there's high level.
Yeah.
So we're a SaaS agency. We just put everything on that.
Sweet. That high level, from what I've heard of, it's pretty good stuff. It seems like it does everything and more than you can probably even mess with. Cause I heard Frank kind of describe all the stuff that it does. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's the other thing I want you guys to realize. You don't got to do as much as you think you do. Peanut butter, man. Open it, smear it on some toast, and that they make millions. I'm serious. Like, if you can get it like that in your brain, just understand that commerce has changed. Like, people know they need to know stuff or they're going to get washed out with the rest. And that's not a middle class, upper class. It's just like, if you're dumb and you don't know how to do something and somebody beside you is smart and knows how to do something, I would choose the person that knows how to do something. Wouldn't you? Because everything that you're buying anyway is like, I need something done. I know how to mow my yard. I don't. Like, these are the things you have to think about. People are buying something. Like, when you go to the store, you're buying something to do something. When they come to you, they're buying something to do something. Dude, if anybody could do, like, Trey, how long have you been doing this?
Since 2017.
Okay. That's kind of like when I launched this whole, like, the online-ish side of everything. But prior to that, I was just like a done for you agency and, like, just getting beat up, right? If somebody can just replace their $70,000 to $100,000 a year job working 4 hours a day from their computer from anywhere, I'm telling you, that would be like, if you woke up and that letter was under your pillow, you'd be like, holy shit, dude, what? So you're telling me twice a week I got to jump on a call or whatever, or once a week, and talk to some people that want to talk to me about something I like to talk about. And I'm going to make as much or as more as I do at a job. And I get to talk about stuff I love to talk about from anywhere. And, like, I don't have to be all tripping and, stressed out from a boss and all this crap. And like, that would be, the tooth fairy would get, like, you would tip her or whatever. If, like, I'm serious. And people always talk about these big numbers, but show me $1,000 a month. People come to me, oh man, I'm getting ready to do that drop shipping thing, or I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to do, I get emails all the time, man, this and that. I'm like, yeah, it's probably like 50 grand a month. I'm like, just go make 1,000. Show me that first. Because right now, if I called every one of you, I don't care where you're at financially. I was like, hey, I just cash apped you $1,000. It's Thursday. Next week or next month, I'll send you another 1,000. All right. You're going to be like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, right. Oh,
like, there's no part of you that would feel that way. And this is what's completely just helping. My friend started a mushroom. Dude's been working at he makes $70,000 a year working in the parts department, shipping parts department of some agriculture, making sure that, like, all the like undercutter blades make it to Salina by 4. That's what he does every day. And, like, he's like, his wife, he married some chick that was like a chef in a small town. And she's like, I cook with mushrooms. And he's like, oh, cool. And then they started seeing how much mushrooms were. And he's like, dude, we could grow those. He buys a 60 by 80 shed out in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. Like, they probably paid him to put a shed there. And he built this entire, he's got like some old, like, Craigslist big freezer things that he puts his mushrooms in. Dude's making more than he does at his job, and him and his wife are growing shrooms. It's such a kind of a joke, because that was like the last thing on the planet I thought he would be doing. If you look at Sam Ovens' thing inside of Skool, he's running that promotion, $100,000, yada, yada. Whoever gets, signs up the most people, almost all the top companies in there, they're all like, how to get, what's the one, the Deaf Person Alliance most of them have nothing to do with money. There's a few, of course, there's always the how to be a better affiliate or how to do what we do here, basically. But most of them are like how to eat healthy. My buddy is selling mushrooms and mushroom tea, like, to restaurants. He's making great. He loves it. His kids are jacking around in the barn and they're just goofing off. And it's like, They're paying their taxes, they're making more money, and they're doing what they want to do without somebody being like, hey, you were 15 minutes late, you do that again. And it's like, if you can help somebody do that, that's incredible. Like Tammy, helping somebody save time the way you do with like cooking or something. Like Burton obviously is extremely valuable with language, and just the whole thing that we're doing, writing, creating emails, keep it simple. Just keep it simple, but be consistent, and just show up with whatever energy you got. That's like your energy, and just be consistent. That's the biggest thing ever. So like Trey, talking to you about your offer, without getting into your like personal financials and all that crap, because that's not what it's about. It's about just really deciding like how many calls are you on? Like, for instance, if I said you can't do the $5,000 offer anymore, and who gives a shit about, we're not here to like, oh, how much, like none of that shit matters. Just out of all reality, like, would it be something you were like, oh, I can't not do that?
Oh, I'd love to not do that. I'd love to not do sales calls.
And then have you had somebody call for you?
No.
Yeah, that was one thing. And I would have probably never done it, but the guy approached me. I sold him and his company, and he loved the process so much. He's a natural sales guy at heart. He's from real estate, and he's just you guys know Brett. He's inside of the course. He's just he's one of the best humans on the planet. He'd give you his arm if he could. Just the sweetest guy ever. But he just said, hey man, listen, I'll do your calls, pay me like 30%. And I was just like, screw it. You know what? It's 30. If it sucks, I didn't care. I was like, the script, here it is. He lived in Florida. And when I'd get a strategy session or a call on the calendar, I had our calendars married together in Google. He would get the information. He would pop on the Zoom with him. He had access to he had his own Zoom. He would get on Zoom. He'd run through the script, and he'd sell $5,800 and $9,800 packages. As soon as the money hit the account, I would just wire him 30%. And then that was it. Right. And he would close 2-3 of those sales a day. And sometimes I was fishing, and I was like, I have landed on planet badass forever. And then so that was working out. I'm fishing. He's like, dude, I got another $5,800 selling. No shit. Like, I'm fishing. I'm like, this is seriously, this works. I didn't have to train him or nothing. He was an adult. He knew he had like grown kids in college. Like, he wasn't coming to jack around on the phone. He's like, he would organize. He did everything. He did shit I didn't do. He's like, I got all these folders in Gmail. I'll just follow up with them. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to have automations. Yeah, but it's better if I do it too. And he would do it and pick up like all these sales that I would have never got. And I'm like, what do you need? Because I was the course was done. The program was there. I had to get on weekly Q&A calls. I'd snag a call if he had a whatever he was doing. He's like, man, can you? Yeah, of course. And like, I'd grab the call, and that was really awesome. And I can see that being a very powerful thing. And plus, they have closers out there that you can hire now. All right. So that's why I say it's not necessarily like which one's better. It's like, which one do you want to systemize and completely consistent with? Big sales are freaking nice, people. Listen, what do you want me to say? Do I need to say anything? It's a digital product, and somebody gives you $5,000. It's like, sometimes you're like, I'm a bad at like,
right.
Like you feel like, damn, and then you're like, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg makes that per hypersecond. No, nobody cares about that, but I always keep myself in perspective. But sometimes, you'll get like 3 or 4 of those sales. Like, I'd get like 3 5,800s in a day myself. And I'm like, well, please carry me out to the living room, my chariot. Like, I felt like this, like it felt so great. But then sometimes that shit sucks, when you're on 5-6 calls and they're like, oh, I was just looking, and then you're like, I got to pre-qualify these guys more. I can't be jacking around with this. And then all the stuff that comes with it. So I personally, though, I just look long-term, and I think about all the people that have the internet, and I think about what I love doing. And the biggest and craziest moments I had is when I made like that first sale, like real sale, not like, oh, I sold one. Like you wanted to sell it, you put something together and it sold, right? And it came in and somebody bought it, and you're like, I did that on purpose. Not like, you slipped and fell and, oh, you grabbed a sale. Cause that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but like when you purposely, you're like, I want to make 5 sales this week of 5,800 or something. And you do it and you're like, yeah, and you can do it. Though that right there, even the first 1,000, those were more important to me than anything else. It was like, I don't need someone else. You know, call it whatever you want, but it was true. Like I didn't need somebody else to pay me. And when you figure that part out, so that when I think about it, Trey, and I'm you're just hot seated right now because you're new, and you know, you're right in the middle of my screen. So I've already.
And Mike, FYI, I met Trey back when I was doing MLM, and I just saw one of his things. I got into his program, and you know, for MLM, it made a ton of sense when he was doing that. And so, yeah, we've kind of kept in touch with one another over the last couple of years. All of a sudden, he popped up in this program. I was like, no way, this is too cool.
Sweet, dude.
So
I know I've went to an event and I'm like, oh my God, that person over there, I'm in his thing too. Like it was so cool when you get to some of those groups, you know, it's like, oh,
it all comes around.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the thing that I really want people to like get into their head, and it doesn't matter how new you are, like there is just these 3 components to this thing. And I mean, if somebody can tell me otherwise, and I'm sure I'm missing a ton. Okay, listen. But you have to have something to offer the market that they want. Now, most of you have that figured out, like Ricardo, Burton, you know, Chuck, you got like Todd, you know what direction you're going. And Bajan, you're feeling more and more in the direction and doing the direction of what you're doing. Trey, you're already rolling. Tammy, we talked last week, like, and whoever else is watching this that's not here, you may have that figured out. Now you just need to make it very attractive. If you're not converting more people and people aren't clicking on your content, if they're not following your account and they're not coming to your landing page, or they can't come to your landing page because it does not exist, it's just a content problem. And the content problem isn't like you need to learn how to do a carousel better or to use Canva or Miro, which one. What it is you need to understand what you're offering somebody, and you need to understand the problems they have trying to get what you're offering. And when you can talk to them like that, and you can help them see a different side of like their situation in the terms of like actually being able to fix it, then you can create content anywhere at any time with anything. And then you'll find patterns in what works, and you just keep repeating those things with a different shirt on, with a different story, but making the same point. We have to attract people from social media and get them to click. That's all they do is click and go to a page where they're like, I want to go from somebody that just watched that person's content to I want to opt in and see how this works, or I want to see if I can do this. And that's the free offer. They opt in. On the next page, you have a video there, or whatever form of showing up on that page you can do the best. If it's pictures and text, then it's pictures and text. If it's an audio with your picture there and you're really good at audio and talking to them, or if it's a voiceover slideshow or whatever it is, imagine somebody come to your store, and by opening the door of your store and walking in, that was them giving you their email, right? Sort of. This is why online's better than that, because you actually get an email and build a list, because all we do is build a list of people that have the problem we can solve, and then we sell people the solution that are on that list, and then we repeat that. So your life consists of being able to create offers in any shape, anything possible that deals with your offer. So if you sell pumpkins, how many different ways can you get somebody that would be interested in pumpkins to get on your list so that you can sell them pumpkins? You can pay for it. You could get a picture of a pumpkin, go to Facebook. Hey, do you like pumpkin and pumpkin recipes? I have 15 pumpkin recipes. I walk you through them. I even show you how to make the damn things. It's a video recipe book. There's 5 of them over 5 days. But on the next page, I give you a super awesome pumpkin recipe must-have on the next page that you can use right away. I opted in. Now I've got pumpkin people on the page. I'm blowing their mind with my pumpkin hack, actually helping them. They're like, oh shit, that was great. They can opt in and then put it in their pocket and be like, I'm heading out to the pumpkin patch. And they can solve a problem, not just some like airy fairy crap, but like an actual tool. Give them something. You know, think about it, right? If I'm doing my first golf lesson with somebody and I come there and I can't chip, and he said, come your first lesson, I'm going to show you how to chip, because he asked me ahead of time, what's your biggest problem? Chipping. Well, listen, I'll give you your first lesson on chipping for free. And then if you like it, I've got this program. It's $200 a month. We'll meet 3 times a week and I'll show you how to golf better. Okay, cool. I go there, free lesson. I leave there. I can actually chip. Well, how do I feel about that guy now? Shit, $200 a month, a free lesson. He taught me I can chip after 1 lesson. I can chip 100 times better than I could before. I now trust this person. He knew my problem. He was describing, dude, you're turning, you're doing wrong. That's what you do in that's how you help them. And they go, oh shit, somebody that actually helped me. And the moment you walk into a store, do you expect to not be sold something? Do you think when somebody opts into the landing page, the next page, they don't expect to be sold something? Of course. That's what they're doing. You know? What about all the YouTube people out there? What about them? If you can't collect leads and then sell those leads, and it doesn't matter what service you use, you could use Weebly and Get Response, and you can hook those together. Hell, I don't know. Weebly might even have their own thing now. I started on Weebly, man. I was like, I can do Weebly. I loved Weebly back in the day, like 2012 or some shit. Like Weebly, man, you could I can build a website, brother. What do you need? You know, it's like it was bad back then if you could just pop a website. In 2012, shit, it's pretty decent now if you can do it. Because people are getting all tied up in all the crap. We attract people from social media with content. What kind of content? Well, I don't know. What are you best at creating? I like to do little short form videos and little long form videos and long form videos and videos. I like to record my screen. I like to record my face. I like to just be on video, because to me, it's just, I don't know. This is the gun that works the best for me, you know? And then I can be the most consistent with it. And I can show myself the best way. Some people can really talk on text and write, and it's amazing. You read it, you're like, you're there. I try to do that, and I don't know, sometimes, you know, I'm practicing on Twitter or X or whatever. I'm practicing, but I can't get past like 77 followers, man. I don't know what it is. I get like 78 and they're like, nah, back to 77. And it just stays there. And I'm like, that's my favorite number, 7. So I'm just going to keep it there and just keep trying to practice writing. All right. So I'm going to shut up because I talk too much, but I just want to answer some questions, and then let's mess with some funnels. But we attract, we convert, and then we deliver on our promise. In the conversion place, you need a funnel. Pick a software you like the most. I think System's pretty well rounded. It's inexpensive. It's freaking easy. Shit, if you want to play with ClickFunnels, if you want to do Kajabi, pick one. There's like, you want to test a truck, Ford truck, Dodge truck, Toyota truck. Like, what truck do you want? We need a bed and some wheels that can go over some rough stuff. Like, pick one. Content, pick your gun. Which one do you want? Like, which one do you want to create content? You know, pick.
So Mike, I have a question. So I was in Skool, and I've got about 30 members in a free group over there.
Yeah.
But I'm so intrigued by the idea of bringing everything over to System, you know, just because, and I know it doesn't have the search feature, which to me is also very intriguing, but the idea of being able to bring everything all into one place, like you said, just consolidate everything. So you have less parts in the car that can break down. And, you know, it's also more appealing to people. It's like, oh, you can just go to this one platform because they're more likely to want to start using the platform. And, you know, and then there's the possibility of affiliate income. So I'm just intrigued by that possibility, even though I'm starting to build this Skool group. What do you think?
I made $1 million before Skool was even a thought, with a Facebook group and ClickFunnels. And that was all I had. When you signed up, I had a ClickFunnels funnel and a website. It was all in the same place. My course was created in ClickFunnels. And when you signed up, you got access to a Facebook group, which was just like this. I would announce the call. Everything was the same. It just happened in Facebook group. And then you would get your link, an email would automatic to you to get your link. And I'd go in and turn your little button on, and you had access to your course, and made over $1 million that way. First year using that, none of this stuff existed. So absolutely, whatever you want to use, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to be using system. Everything's going to be in one place, all happy, all good. Everything's easy. And something will either say, man, this is the best thing you ever did. Just keep doing it. Or some will be like, I wish it did this. And then you'll discover a way to get it to did this. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. Again, that's the thing I want so many people to, like, this Chat GPT thing took you, me, and everybody and just our attention like out into this, like, it just, everything became like, I can create anything and like do anything and everybody got so stuck in that and not the actual like doing and converting and selling.
Right. It's a world unto itself almost, because 40 different ways to ask it to do pretty much the same thing, and which is better, so it's more difficult to, and this is a problem I'm having myself right now is, I shared that tree of the tree of thoughts prompt chain on the group, and I could make a course just on that specifically. There's and it's difficult to think about like how to encapsulate, because there's so many different ways. Especially if Claude is your favorite cup of tea, or one of the other ones, Bard, whatever it is. So yeah, it's just like really sometimes it's really difficult to just kind of find that one thing and not try to go and give all of it to you. It just to focus on that one thing. Yeah.
I give people everything in my course right now. They can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I got people, everything you need to know is in there. And people are like, oh, like, I'm telling you right now, go make $1, sell something for $1, sell something for $1 and just make the course, make the funnel, make the offer, and sell the damn thing. Make $1. Because if you can't make $1, you sure as hell can't make 2 of them. So you have to like, just go do that. Most people are like so stuck on like, well, like economics. I'm not saying this is you. Okay, Todd. I'm saying like most people, they get into like, well, but if I divide this by that, and if I had this many, it's like, bro, go make $1. Damn.
It's just that simple. I know.
It is. But there's just something holds you back. It's mainly just you don't think that somebody will care. or you think that you're not qualified enough to do it, or you think that like there's some special thing. There is no special thing. You have something. It's like with like my grandpa's like, do we have any bales left or not? No, we don't. It wasn't like, well, let's think about this. No, we're out of bales, so you either go into the field with the truck or you're going to walk your ass out there. We need some bales to feed the cows. There was none of this like, well, how many bales to feed all these cows to make this much money in the feed yard? It was like, we got to feed these things so they have sex and give us more of these things so that we can feed these things, and they can have sex so we can have more of these things. That was it. There was no determining that. So that's what I'm telling you about. Like, go make something. That's why I said it last week. I said, some of you guys, make that shit in a weekend, 10 videos, and sell it. If you can make 10 videos about how to make emails, Bajan, and you can't sell that for $1, I can't buy a Snicker bar for $1 right now. You already have the brains. You already have everything. This is not hard.
Yeah, no, Mike, I'm taking your advice. I'm making it scrappy. I'm putting things together and I'm just learning as I go. I already did some emails. I'm doing things that I've never done before. And I don't, it's just like, it's there. Like the pieces are there and I'm not over complicating it and drilling down. Oh, this has to look perfect. It's like, just put it where it goes. And then I'm just going to use that as a template. Cause I loved when you said, just, you have to start with one and then you make the next one better. That's like the best advice ever.
How else is it?
Ever.
Oh, we made it better. Then we made it worse. Then we made it better. No, it's like, no, you made something and then you made it hopefully better. I've made shit worse. I'm going to redo this. And I'm like, damn, that dude, just throw that one away. Try again. Have you ever burned a pan of cookies? It's like, shit. The first one was great. The second one you burned. You're like, well, what happened here? That's all this is. Trey, am I wrong? Like, this is what this is. What do you think? I'm curious. What brought Trey, what brought you here? What was the one thing that, because there was probably mainly just one thing that you were ideally looking for. Maybe there's a few offshoots of that, but what was the core thing you wanted out of this?
Clarity.
The what?
Just clarity.
Clarity. Yeah, that's, if you can't see the thing, or if sometimes you just need to hear somebody else that's where you're at or close to where you're at, either above or below or beside or whatever, and know that it's almost like they're just validating your own beliefs because you think, well, maybe it can't actually just be the fact that I don't have enough leads each day. Well, why are you not getting leads? Well, there's only really two things that would determine the reason. Does anybody?
They hate your product.
They don't like your offer.
Or you're not making it.
Or you're not making an offer.
Right.
Which is usually the core problem.
You're not.
You don't realize how much it actually takes. You don't realize that I'm doing 5 posts a day, brother, on 5 different platforms every day consistently. Well, it ain't working. There's no bales to feed the cows. I don't make the rules, but your 5 posts ain't working. That, you know what I'm saying? Do you guys understand what I just said? It ain't the algorithm, homie. It's not working because people watched it and were like,
wah, wah.
That's it. Now, if they watch it and they're like, I know when I do so much crap content. Oh, sometimes myself, I go and I'm like, dude, you should have said no, but I'll create it. But sometimes I'm like, this is because if you've ever tried to go play a sport of any kind, especially golf, you got to swing that damn thing a lot and you'll still never feel like you can do it the way you want to ever. And so it's the same thing here, right? It's the same thing here. You have to create the content so much and be vulnerable. I like Trey. I love when one thing I caught you was on a pontoon boat. I think it was your son was driving the boat. I was like, man, I wish my dad would have done that shit with me. Wasn't I driving a pontoon boat at that age? What were my parents doing? Be home at 9. Why? You'll be asleep. You'll be watching, CNN, you'll be asleep. I'll have to tell you, hey, Mom, you're asleep in the chair again. Yeah, I know. Look, come on, I'm going to help you to bed. Box of wine fell over in the kitchen. I'm like,
right.
Be
home before the street lights. Come on.
And so anyway, what I'm getting at, that content hit me. I was like, all right, this guy. And then we started kind of chatting. And I was kind of intimidated by it. I was like, if that dude approached me in the wild, what would I do? Would I fight for my honey, or what would I do?
Probably have a beer is what we probably do.
Yeah. No, at the end of the day, I knew what would probably happen. But no, that's just some country shit that you can take the boy out of the country, but you can't. So the point I'm getting
out of the man.
Yeah.
And Trey's probably being really modest, but Trey's really good at this. He makes great videos. And when I
hell
would
yeah, he
get his
does.
emails, it's like Trey's talking to me in emails. So you know it's him. So he's he's probably being very modest, but Trey's
Oh, I
more
know he is.
advanced than most of us around here for sure. And I
Probably
love Trey.
Probably more advanced than me. Shit. I ain't even like, it's not about that to me. It's about having people in your corner that you can hang out with. Your friends are everything. Like, this is everything. Like, you guys could be doing something else right now. You could be jacking around right now. You could be digging in a box in your garage doing nothing. But we're sitting here, and I hope to God I'm delivering some sort of value. You know what I mean? I have a weird delivery mechanism, but this is, you knew that before you came here. There was no mistake in what you was getting yourself into. I'm not any different in real life. If you was hanging out with me right now, it'd be the same cat. So everything I do, going to dinner, everything. This is just who I am. And I can tell that with you, Trey, too. Like, I know I snooped on you. I want you guys to know that it's just doing it. Like, Todd, do it. Like, just build the damn product and have somebody be like, that shit, I ain't buying that. That's what you need. You need to just get it out there. It's like, paint your picture and put it out there and let somebody look at it. Do they want it or not?
Mm-hmm.
And the more you can let go of I don't know what the thing is to call it, but whenever you can feel yourself, it's a weird feeling. I'm sure, some of you have felt this, where you're just like, it's like something happens and you're like, okay, you like step into this thing with your
Assume the role.
content,
Mm-hmm.
with everything.
Get in the flow.
Yeah. You start to realize that, okay, every day there's these non-negotiable things. And until I can figure out how to make them happen without me happen to do them in the moment every day, I have to do them.
Mm-hmm. In my community, we call it come through.
Yeah, throughput, come through, whatever it is. Like,
become.
Yeah, you have to like step into it. You have to be like, yeah, I'm going to do a piece of content, and you actually do it, and you make an offer and you send people to it. But the offer is important. Like, you just have to understand what you're offering someone. Do you guys hear what I mean by that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody's like, yeah, the hinge is broke on my door, it's like, well, that's the problem you're solving. And you need to have something that solves that. And you should understand the problem in such a way that you could describe that, like the person standing across the counter from you, and you can describe what's going on with that hinge, and they can be like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. And you're like, well, that's why you need this here. Okay. And here's how it goes. So you know how the door does this, right? Well, look, this goes around here, and then it seats it in there, and then, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, I'll take it. How many do I need of those? And then what? So now what do I do with it again? Well, you just set it on there. That's how it is. Only you're showing somebody how to create an email or speak a language or do ads or create a product or whatever, cook the meal, schedule the thing, do the thing. Do you guys? So when you're doing content, it's not like, well, they said you need to do, follow the hoobity-doo, doobity-da, and do the, like, no. When I go to do a content, I'm like, I get texts from you guys. I get a lot of shit about how you guys don't know how to do a landing page. So today we're going to do a quick landing page, and I give you enough of it where it's like meat on a stick. You guys know what I'm saying when I say that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When it's just the meat on a stick, they're like, oh shit. Yeah, brisket, you did good this morning. You smoked that pretty good last week when you made, like, it's like, that's, you did, all right. You said tonight it's 7:00 at your place, right? We got to bring our own. All right, that's how this is all this is. Your content is that. You're doing language. It doesn't matter if you're selling ballerina dresses, contact lenses, succulents, boats, airplane mechanisms, digital courses, anything. Look at how Apple does it. Look what you can do. Look what it does. Look how it helps you. Look at this. Look at that. Want to buy it? They're like $1,500 for a phone. Hell yeah, let's do it. I just bought my other one, but hey, you can have that one back. I'll spend it again. Give me the next one with the. They're like, the last one was 24 megapixels. This one is 24.8.
Because progress.
I'm serious. Like, do you get that? Like, they show you the battery life. What's it gonna do? How's it gonna work? They're like, I bet you guys take vertical pictures. So what we did was make vertical pictures better. It's not like world-renowned shit. They've already got iPhone 24 in the bag made already. They're just waiting for you to buy all the 16 and 17 and 18. They're a business. But their stuff is good. It works. That's all you have to do. When somebody buys the thing, it has to work. Yeah, I know it's a brand new fridge. Now it's only sometimes it'll keep it cold, but other times it won't. That don't work. You buy a refrigerator, it's gotta be cold. When they do your content, if they go through your content and they're not like, I got it. Oh, thanks. Save, like, comment. So what do I do now? Think about that. It's not like, now there's a ton of things, the chat GPT, create all my content. It'll get you damn close. But you still have to deliver. I can give you a brand new Formula One $2 million race car. And if you don't know how to drive that thing, you will either go nowhere. You won't even know how to turn the shit on. I don't know how to turn a Formula One race car on. And you will certainly not drive it like the person that learned how to drive it does.
Mm-hmm.
And they will always beat you in that game. And this game that you're playing is, I have to attract people with content. If my content's real good and I want to, I can put money behind it so it goes to more people, like the people that would like it. That's it. Retargeting. If somebody lands here, then show them this next time they get on, like an ad. Like the pages that I retargeted in my funnel, I had the whole funnel pixeled, but the pixels are crap now, but they still work to a degree. It's going to work better than just nothing. But I'd pixel it, and then if somebody hit the second page, it fired a different pixel and fired different ads, and they just went to those people. Hey, you came to the sales page. Hey, you came in the store, but you bought nothing. Why did you don't just come into a ballerina dress store. You're like, oh shit, Trey, you bored? Let's go to a ballerina dress store. The only reason you're in a ballerina dress store is to buy a ballerina dress. So if you came in there and didn't buy one, is because we didn't have what you wanted to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Or you still got to think about it because you looked at another one and the one that was in mine was pretty close, and you got to think about it. Well, what is she really like? Does it fit better? There's these little things. It's the same thing with you. Trey and I sell the same thing. Chuck and I sell the same thing. But like, we all sell to the people out there some information that helps them do something, and then we support them. The content, when they watch your content, do they want to go, what is that guy up to? Like, what is he really? And when you're talking to people, you don't talk to the people like, think about, I did this all the time. Everything I'm telling you, I've already screwed up and screwed it up and screwed up probably. But I try to screw it up less each day. The thing that I do when I'm talking out there on the content is I'll catch myself. I'll be like, so if you do want to start an online business, I'm like, they already do. You're not trying to convince somebody to start an online business. They could, that's way up in the funnel. Like in your customer journey, like that kind of content, if you want to get people interested in the idea of what you might have because they're not interested in it now, that content, that there's a place for that. You can do it. You do have the ability. You're stuck at your job. You don't know what to do. You don't even have a clue what to do, but you can do something on your own. And here's how. Let me show you an idea of something that might be something you're not thinking of now. That's that person. You're talking to that person. Think about the people you're talking to. I look at it like a target. There's this outer ring. They have no clue. I'd maybe get them in. Hey, have you ever heard of broccoli before? Like, these people don't even have a clue. Then there's a people, they're like, and when I say there's people, I'm talking millions of people, tens of millions of people, more than you could ever serve. Period.
And all
They-
you want is 1,000 of them.
Yeah. And and they've already decided I want to do an online business, but I don't know what to do. Like when I decided I was going to work online, just get out of my way. I was like, I never asked somebody for a damn, how do you get a domain name? I had already bought like 6 of them wrong. I just plowed in there, Google, how do you buy a domain? I didn't ask. I should have asked probably a question. I wasted so much time and money and pain of just like trying to get in there and just bulldoze in and try to figure it out. Once you have decided that you want, and there's more of those people than you can ever imagine. Like for Burton, there are so many guys that are in business that need to know English to speak business English to other English people to do business, that are foreign people that have already committed. It's gonna get figured out. They just need you to show up holding that sign. Have you decided you're going to figure it out? Have you decided that you're going to learn English so you can do English business with people and you're a foreigner? I have a course that shows you how to do that in this much time. Here's how hard it is. Here's how much it costs. Here's what happens. They're waiting for that sign. They're looking for it. We were looking for this wine and cigar bar in Scottsdale, and she swore to God she's seen it. I swore to God I seen one. We probably seen 2 different ones and pretended they were a place. I don't know. We never found it. But we drove around for 45 minutes in the sun in Scottsdale looking for a damn restaurant. And there was 90 wine places we passed, cigar places and everything that we could have stopped at. But we were looking for that one sign. So when somebody decides, they will go through it. And you need to decide who you're talking to at that time. Go in phases. Go in stages with who you're going to go after. There's the person that needs to figure out the recipe thing. There's the person that's already like, I got to get my time back. Like you were, Tammy. You already had decided something got to happen here. And you were waiting for the right time. Or you just figured it out. And that's what happens a lot of times. You figure it out, and then you can show people how to figure that out and save them the time or the money or the energy. But you have to decide who you're talking to. Okay? Like you have to decide who you're talking to. And they've already decided. You don't have to get them to decide. So you talk to them like that. What do I do all the time, guys? I mean, it's so apparent what I do. Hey, here's how to do a landing page. They've already decided they want to do online. They're trying to figure out, maybe they're in their little mind. They're not their little mind, but in their mind, they're like, I got to figure out how to do a landing page. And they're digging for that. And if they're looking for that, they're probably looking for the next page, and I can get them in if they're serious. If they're not serious, I don't want them.
And Mike, that happened the other day. I was on a live on Wednesday, and I don't know why I've never done this before. God, I should have been doing this all along. There was a woman who kept asking questions. I said, well, hey, you want me to invite you on and we'll have, because you know how difficult it is to have just a comments conversation with people on TikTok because of the long delays. So I brought this woman on, and we must have talked for an hour. I flipped my phone around. We went to Chat GPT. It was like, what do you want to teach? I showed her the whole thing. And then at the end, she asked me, do you offer people help with this? And I said, absolutely, I do. And so and she had just found one of my videos that day. I happened to be online when she got the notification I was going to be online. She came on to the live. We started talking, and, so when you get to the point that you can go live, start bringing people on. If they show any interest at all and they're willing, and they don't have to show their face, when you invite them in, you can just hear their voice. But there's something about that interactive, rather than waiting for the comment to pop up, what their question is and stuff like that. But yeah,
I saw that.
I kept thinking of what you said, just help people, just help people. And everything that I told her was, I basically channeled my inner Mike Gowans, and I was spitting all this information back to her. And then at the end, she was like, well, do you offer help to people? I said, absolutely, I do. So bing, bang, boom.
It's what it is. And if it's like, if a guy shows up or a gal shows up at the corner every single week, they go to at First Street and Forest every single week, and they're talking about something. People that are interested in that something are going to start crowding around. If it's something that is usable, it helps them in the direction they're already looking to go and get to. And it just makes sense when you can describe it to them. But then it takes a lot of you talking about that. Like, what do you think Tiger Woods talked about most of the time? What do you think he thought about most of the time? If you go onto YouTube and you watch his little thing, no matter what you're into, you will know real quick why he is who he is. They think this one guy was talking about the humidity in the air and how it spin the ball. Like, these people are so into their craft. That's why they're the best at it. And the more you get into it, the more that you become the best at it. And you have to make a decision to do it, because people are making those decisions out there. You can make it just as well. Listen, you have an ability to be here right now. You certainly have the ability to be there for someone. And you can just show up and believe in what you love and love what you believe in. And you can just focus on the components and pieces that make it work. And you can get really passionately excited about helping someone else figure that thing out just the way you wanted to, because that's why you're so into it the way you are. But we can talk about it. We can get excited about it, but you actually have to do it. And there's these little simple rules of you have to get people's attention. You do that on social media by posting content. If you can't go live, you post enough I hit 300 golf balls this morning, and I still can't hit the damn things where I want them to go all the time. And I've hit tens of thousands of balls. You have to create the content, even when you're scared, even when you think you're ugly, or your background doesn't look good, or why would somebody listen to me? Like, imagine getting into a boat with a stranger and he's like, I think I can drive this. I don't know. Like, you're going to be like, what? I'm getting off. That boat guy better be like wearing the hat, iron shirt, shade, like, hey, welcome aboard, sit down. We're going, that's what I need. That's who you need to be. And if you're not that person, why aren't you that person? Just be that person. You realize everybody that's done anything just said they were going to do it. They didn't know what they were doing. You figure it out as you go. But when you get in and you go, make the decision to go, and then make the decision to do the thing. Because if you can't, then you can't. If you can't post one time a day, don't even put down 2 times a day till you can do 1 time a day. And when you can do 1 time a day over and over and over and over and over, then be like 2 a day, 2 pieces of content. What are you helping people do? Figure that out. You should know. I help people make money using the internet by selling their information, turning their income into their knowledge into income. And I'm even taking away create and sell digital courses. It's just going to be, here's how to create a hybrid subscription program. That's it. Because you create the course and stick it in there, and then you can charge all of it. This is how I like to think about it. I want monthly recurring revenue, just like you. I'm going to set that up. Build Lab, $97 a month for those of you that want to enjoy it that way. If you want to pay me for a lifetime membership, it's $799. And every once in a while, I can put that on sale, just like chicken goes on sale every once in a while, or steak, or peas, or whatever, carrots. They go on sale sometimes. My stuff's gonna go on sale sometimes. For what? I don't know. It's the Blue Moon holiday in Japan, so 15% off for the next week and a half. And then I start posting and pushing that because it's a reason to get their ass in and they want to, they just need a reason. A lot of times you just need a reason. I got stung by a bee last night golfing in my rib. It still hurts today. But I was like, God dang, man, I was fighting with him. And I was like, he's going to get me. He went up my shirt and I was like, oh. And I was like trying to hit the ball with my friend. And he's like, dude, you all right? I'm like, dude, I think I just got stung. And it just started like getting all hot and crazy. And I was like, man, now I got to, because we were having a competition. I'm like, man, you called this guy. All right, we'll see you, Trey. So Tuesday be Monday. Monday we do it. So that's all it is. Like you're focusing and you're hitting and you're going. Whatever it is that you do it. And just be so consistent. This is a slow, weird thing, but then it hockey sticks at a certain point, but it never gets to that hockey stick point until it's a compound. But just make the first dollar, then the second, and that's it. This is a have to decide thing, you know, that you're going to do it. I sell the monthly recurring because I want to have a monthly recurring. I can put my stuff on sale. They can buy a one time at a $7.99. I make it affordable to my person. Think about it. If you're selling steak, you can't sell it for $1,000 a pound. Nobody's going to buy it. Your customer can't afford that. Yeah, but some guy does. Yeah, I know. I was at a restaurant called Bourbon and Bones, and they had a $20,000 bottle of wine. I said, who the hell buys a $20,000? He goes, actually, we sell a lot. I said, who's buying that? He goes, well, it's just big companies. They'll come in and have a huge dinner party, and they just throw it on their credit card because it's kind of a for the company. Oh, hey, you guys, we bought you a $20,000 bottle of wine. Thank you for being a great employee. And then just the company throws it on there like it's even the company person that owns the company is like, God damn, that's stupid. But it shows, it's literally a thing of like, they show their employees they're worth it. That's the only reason they have it on there. There was tons of $100 to $300, $400, $500, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 bottles of wine. It went all the way up. It started at like 80 and it went all the way up. And there was tons of them. There were bottles of wine. They had $1,800 shot of bourbon, 1 ounces. I don't care if that was poured out of Jesus's cup. That ain't a shot of bourbon on the planet worth $1,800. But some guy with his friends has a hot shot, did a big real estate deal that day. Hey, buddy, here, get him that $1,800 stuff. And that guy's like, everybody loves me. Thank you. It's that stuff. You know your customer. If they would have sold $20 bottle of wine, there wouldn't have been as nice as cars parked outside of that place as there was. But when you drive by a restaurant, you see Ferraris and Lambos and Maseratis and all this shit valeted out front. You couldn't even do anything but valet. And they parked all the nice, colorful shit up front. Because when you drive down Scottsdale Road and you see it, you're like, oh, that's the rich people. That's the valuable rich people. And you're like, someday I'm going to be that. So that's their customer. $195 ribeye. Now, is this a different ribeye that I've been getting at the store for $20? Pierre comes by and serves it to you with white gloves on and slaps you afterwards. Like, what do you, I don't know what, like, so know your customer. You can go buy ribeye. You can go down to, I almost said Barnes and Noble. You can go down to just Texas Roadhouse, get it, you know, same old thing. It's $20 or whatever, you know, same old stuff, but it's how you package it. It's how it goes. That's so people are selling meat. This has been around a while. It's saturated, you know, but people do it all the time. The difference is they just systemize it and they deliver it to you. If you want a steak, come in, get a steak. We'll give you a steak. That's it. This is what you got to do. What is your thing? Who are you talking to? What are you selling? What is the how do they get you in for the steak? They show you juicy. They show it landing on a grill. It's like fire. And there's like salt shaking on it. Some ladies like, some guys like, oh yeah. Like they know what they're doing. They know who you are. The person that wants to learn the language, what do they really want to know? What do they really need to hear? Anything that you sell.
Mm-hmm.
The email person that's actually going to buy an email course, what do they need to hear? They're already looking for it. Give them everything you got. Show them everything. Porsche doesn't just show you the hood. You can come down, drive the damn thing. You can lay in the front of it. You can do whatever you want. They show the whole thing to you. They let you drive it, everything. That's what you do. They don't hide the best part of it for... Do you get what I'm saying? In the commercial, they don't show you like a shitty steak. Don't show them the best one. Don't give them the best piece when they try it. Get them like the shitty piece. Oh, that's really going to work.
Yeah.
And we have a simple tool. Landing page. Get their email. Get their email and talk to them about the thing. Literally. That's it. I would love to make... Yeah, go ahead.
What are your thoughts on, like, before you build something and like talking about what you're building and gathering emails? Like what's your whole philosophy like on that?
What do I think about when I'm going to go gather emails?
Yeah, like what if you haven't like quite like built it, but you're like, hey, I'm this is my concept, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm working on, this is who I'm focusing on. And then you like start talking about it, even though it's not completely finished or done, you're still like in those finishing touches stage, like, and gathering emails and like not like a pre-sale, but kind of like a pre-sale, I guess. I don't know what else to call it.
You're building up a customer list.
Okay.
You're building up a potential customer list. It's like when they pre-order something, like when the new Xbox comes out, you can get on a list where all the people that get on that list get first dibs or something. It's kind of like that. But I don't even think about it like that necessarily. What I think about it is I have to get the people that have the problem that I'm going to be solving or can solve or want to solve. Yeah, we're going, Burton. And then I'm going to build one right in front of you. I've already got it all laid out. I know how much time I need and everything. The thing that I think about is I have to build a list of people that have the problem that I can solve. And so I think about what carrot do I have to dangle on that landing page to get them into the email list? Because once they're in the email list, I know that I get at least 2-3 shots with them. I know they'll open at least 2-3 emails. And if I sit down with any human being that's interested in what I do for a living, if they sat down in person with me 3 separate times solely to engage and talk about this, it's very likely that they're going to join me. Mm-hmm. Because I can talk about this. I can do this. I know this. I can talk romantic about it. I can talk hardcore about it. I can talk to a little girl about it. I can talk to an old man about it. I can talk to a prick about it and get them to see it, because that's what I focused on. So when I go out to do content, I'm like, I'm not trying to, like, when I go fishing, I put the best damn lure on I can because I want to catch a damn fish. I ain't jacking around. I ain't trying to catch, like, I'm going to catch one. So I find out exactly what that fish eats, and I put the best, closest, if not that thing on it, and I cast it where they are at when it's eating time, and I keep doing it until I get one. That's how I think about it. So I think about what content, because that's our mode of attraction. We have to create things that are going to make them stop scrolling and go, huh? Oh. And so I think about, what can I say that's going to get their attention and get them over into my email list? No. And when they get in, I give it to them on the next page, or I give it to them as soon as I possibly, like, quickly. right away, like we're going to look at today. And then from there, I'm like, I'm going to keep casting in front of them. But it's different. I'm not just catching them. I'm actually helping them the whole time. And then I'm going to present a really good offer to them. One that they go, I got to get that. You see those things in life. You're like, I got to get that. You see that shirt, you see that thing. You're like, I will get that. I don't know when, but I'm getting it.
Mhm.
If not now, it will happen. And what you focus on grows. And that to me, that's what you do. That's how I think about the content. Like if somebody came in there, you know, God forbid this is a terrible example, but sometimes you need this kind of a serious example. If somebody came in there at gunpoint and said, listen, you have to attract 10 people into an email list today that are going to be interested in buying your cook for 2, eat for 7, you would do it. You would figure out a way. You would talk to however it happened. And let me tell you something. If you put 10 leads into an email list every day and you drip on them every few days with value, 80% value, 20% call to action, not only in the content you think that way, but as you deliver. So even in the content itself, the video, 80% value, 20% call to action. However you break it up inside of there is fine. It just needs to amount to that. You could do the call to action right away. That's 1%. You could do it 3 times more throughout. That's 4%. You know, like wherever you put it. And then 80% of your emails are super, super focused value first. 20% are just pretty much like buy it. Here's what it is, buy it. When you do content on anything, it's just 80-20 rule. Not because somebody made that up. They proved the Pareto principle in nature. Like this is a real thing. So just follow that system. 80-20. And then the people that are really close, it's like 95-5. Like you just walk into a room. Who all loves cherry pie? Raise your hand. Okay, all of you guys go stand over there. And then you get real serious about talking cherry pie with those cherry pie people. And then of the cherry pie people in here, which one of you would eat 5 slices right now? 3 people raise their hand. They're like, you stand over here. I'll be right back, guys. All right, listen, guys. And you're like, this is a real story. Perry Marshall said that. He said he had a Rolex on. He went into a crowd of a bunch of entrepreneurs. He goes, who all in here owns a Rolex? Almost most of the room stood up. That's a businessman's. A Rolex in business, and your man, it means something. None of us know what it means, but it means something. Everybody stood up. Anybody that owns 2 Rolexes or more, stay standing. Half the room sat down. 3 Rolexes or more, stay standing. Half of those guys sat down. He said 5 Rolexes or more. There was 3 people standing. He said, who owns 15 or more Rolexes, stay standing. There was 1 guy left in the whole entire room. The guy, Perry Marshall, took his watch up off. He goes, this is the Rainbow Presidential Rolex day date. It was like a $50,000 watch. He goes, I'll sell it to you right now for $45,000. The guy goes, I will take it. The point he got to is he could have tried to sell everybody in that room that Rolex for $45,000, or he could have found out who would buy it without any question, because that guy knew the value. They only made so many. And if he was going to sell it for $5,000 less than what he paid for it, that guy still got all his money back out of it and everything. And he knows that watch is worth $90,000 in 10 years. Mm-hmm. That's the point. When you're selling your content, you can try to make everybody believe it. You can try to, or you can just know who you're talking to, talk to that person, and you'll save so much time and energy, and you'll boom. So when you're trying to build that list, that's what you're doing. You're trying to say, hey, I just say it out loud. I just say it. Hey, you don't have enough time? Tired of cooking? Listen, 2 meals in 7 days. Let me show you how it works. Get on this email list. I'm going to be creating a product about it. But right now, I'm going to show you just some quick things that you can do right now that'll instantly help you get some more time. That's what you do. And then you keep doing versions of that in your way, not the way I do it. I talk the way I talk. You be you doing it, but know that the goal here is that person wants to do that.
Cool. Thank you.
Does that make sense, though?
Absolutely.
You just dangle that carrot. You know what they want. Dangle it and tell them.
Yeah.
But just give it to them.
Yeah. Because I've been like talking about it. And so like when I start to talk about it, I'm just in my everyday life, I'm like stopping people, and it's like, oh my God, they like want to know like what I'm doing.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm like, well, should I like start talking about this like on social media, even though I haven't like done it yet?
Yeah, of course you should.
Okay.
Yeah. You become it. Just work it into your
And
life
I
and do
like
it,
I can't not talk about it now, because it's like I think about it a lot.
and just be excited about it.
I
Mhm.
am. I totally am. Yeah.
Yeah.
My ideas are just always going. Yeah. Cool.
That's
I first heard that concept from Trey, actually, when he was like, you don't have to have the damn thing built out. You can start talking about it, finding out who's interested in it. And then before you go, and I know you've reiterated this too, Mike, you're like, the whole thing is, let's not build the whole thing out and then find out nobody wants it. Let's build a
Yeah.
piece of it and find out if they like it, and then use their feedback to keep building it. And then you have something, people will buy. So
Yeah.
if they'll
that
spend
makes
$1 on it, they want it.
Yeah. What you're saying completely makes sense. 100%.
I mean, you could also look at it from the standpoint of like, like when you're on the other side of it, like you go to a job, right? You want to go work for a company. Company's got a way of life. They offer, they do this X thing, and then you want that for your resume, and it kind of, I can see exactly where Mike is going with how he frames this. Doing, what you're doing for others, you do for yourself. You're working for somebody else, trading time for money. Now now we're moving on to the other side where, people are buying what you're making, and you're trading your money for time. That's a big transition.
It is. I mean, if you want to say it is, I try to make big things little things by saying they're not that big a deal.
Right.
Because the power of your brain is so crazy. But like, you're exactly right. And so you just have to tell yourself that it's not hard. You can tell yourself it's hard. You can tell yourself it's not hard. Which one sounds easier? So
it's not hard. It's just a matter of a lot of moving parts. And then you kind of don't know where things go in an order, because that's what we're trying to do. We make order of chaos. We try to make sense out of things. And sometimes just boiling things down to their essence, is the biggest aha moment you will have. But it's just getting there. It's just getting to this place where you can be authentic and
you're already authentic.
Exactly.
You're already there. You just haven't done it.
Right.
And until you do it, you'll never be there. But you're already there. You already have the goods. You already have the power. This isn't a quote from Buddha. Like, this is for real. Like, you can do what we're going to do, what we're doing. You can start talking about it. You can start doing it. That's the thing I want you to understand. You're never going to feel ready. It never feels like you could do it. Like, it always feels weird. Always. Still to this day, always. So just do it. Just always do it. If with an ounce of doubt, you're out. So,
yes.
So just do it. Don't worry about try to tell yourself, you get to tell yourself what it is. Is it harder or easy? Because if you say it's easy, then you'll go through it like it's easy and you'll get it done. If you tell yourself it's hard, you'll pretend it's hard and you'll make it hard.
Exactly.
Everything is everything you say it is. Nobody's telling you to label it that way. Somebody pointed at the sky and said blue one day, and everybody's like, blue, 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 blue. It's not really blue. It's not really even a sky. Somebody's gotten you to believe that. So you need to get yourself to understand that you already got it. You just got to go do it. Because in the doing, you get more of it. And you get better at it. Because it's the only way to ride the bike is to ride the bike. You can read about it. You can prepare for it.
I'm on the bicycle. I'm on the bicycle.
That's right. And you got to be ready. You're going to fall off the bike.
That's okay.
Even the best pros.
Kind of, I just want to like learn. And I know there's like these peaks and valleys. So I'm cool with that. That's fine.
We're in learning time right now.
I love it.
Then we're going to be in riding bicycle time here in a minute. You know, that's what this is. You guys are doing great. I just want you to talk to yourself correctly, because I talk about this every once in a while. You got to get a hold of that person that's sitting beside you saying these things. All right. This funnel. So I've got this thing. I'm just going to create the funnel that I'm going to create here. I'm going to create it from absolute bare bones scratch so you can see this. Okay. I'm going to build a landing page. I'm going to build I'm going to build the funnel real quick. Okay. Now I could start from a template, but I don't want to do that, even though you have a template that's already created for you. I am going to create the 4-page funnel in this case. Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to come up here to create. I'm going to pick I'll just go to custom, and then I'm going to name this one. So the thing I have is unlock monthly recurring revenue. It's something people are talking a lot about. Okay. The 7-day blueprint from beginner to steady monthly recurring revenue. That's what they want, right? I have 4 bullet points. They say you'll learn the easiest low-tech setup, because that's what they want. Our daily growth workflow, basically what to do each day to grow it, because that's what they want. How to actually know your niche, because I don't know my niche. My content marketing flywheel. So those are the 4 things they're going to learn on the next page. I'm going to teach them that, and at the end of it, I'm going to sell Build Lab. Okay. When they opt in, because it's a 7-day blueprint, they're going to get 7 emails every day for 7 days. And it's going to have, part 1 to part 7, starting with day 1 to day 7. At the end of each of those emails, I'm going to have subtle calls to action to go buy Build Lab. It's the same price as a cup of coffee every day. That's my price anchor. That's easy to visualize. And then at the end of those 7 days, whoever has not bought, I'm going to send them a 6 to 10 day, maybe a little longer, customer journey type email sequence where I'm going to talk about, where's my notes? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to talk about the transformation that can happen. I'm going to talk about the challenges and benefits of doing this stuff so that they can understand those things. I'm going to talk about what it actually looks like and how they can actually do it and what kind of money they can actually make. I'm going to anchor the price and make it seem like it's stupid not to do it because it's so inexpensive for what they're going to get. And then I'm going to talk about, again, here's everything that you get. And then after that, if they still didn't buy because they wouldn't have the tag that said they bought, I'm going to stick them in my weekly newsletter list. And every Saturday, I just send out an email. I call it, everybody likes the word newsletter. Okay.
Right.
We'll call it that for a while until they start calling it something else. But they send out a newsletter, an email. And I'm going to give them a tip each week until they come to the conclusion that they're either not going to do this or they're going to do this. And that'll happen. I've had people, Mark, I've been following you for 3 years. I finally did it. It's like, sweet. If I wouldn't have kept doing it, and those add up after time, because then you got like 5 guys going, hey, man, I was going to do this and I finally did it. And then pretty soon that happens on compound and it's like 10 sales of a day are coming in. And it's like, yeah, we were going to do it. And now we finally did it. But if you don't keep doing it, that never happens. That's that hockey stick thing. What I talk about. Look at every rich person, every rich company, everything. It's like trickle, 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 boom. But you have to trickle, 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 or it never goes boom. Okay. We're going to name this one the 7-day MRR blueprint, because that's what it is. Monthly recurring revenue blueprint. I'm going to pick my make once. I'm going to pick custom US dollar, save. Okay. Here it is. I'm going to click on it. Let's create a step. This is the landing page. So I'm going to put 1 landing page. I'm going to choose the squeeze page. Okay. I will go with this one. Okay. I'm going to name this 7-day blueprint. because I want it. That's easy. makeonce.com/7-day blueprint. No spaces. Easy to say, easy to do, right? So I can do it in content. Save. Okay. We got another page. So let's focus on this first one here. Edit. Okay, I start up here and I'm just, me personally, I'm going to delete all this stuff. Because I build simple landing pages. Sorry for this time, but I got to click it away.
So you could have just started editing that preformed content right there. Just
Yeah, I don't know. It would have confused me and then I've been jacking with it. I just do this. So the first thing I need is a headline. That's the most important thing. I tried a bunch of headlines and I landed on this one. The 7-day, I want to capitalize this, blueprint, : from beginner to steady monthly recurring revenue. Okay. And then above that, I had like some little text I thought might look neat. And it was like, we'll do unlock monthly recurring revenue. Okay. And then, oh, that is centered. Okay, perfect. And then under that, what I wanted to do, I didn't have a subheadline. I might though, but I'm going to put in a double column right here. Okay, so that's in it. This thing's in its own little green box. Now this thing's in its own little green box. I'm going to put a picture of what they're going to get here. And then over here, I'm going to put the bullets. So I'm going to have that first off, and I'm going to go, what you learn in this video. And then I like to put this over to the left. And then I'm going to go bullet list here. Boom. And here I've got the easiest low tech. I don't know if there's a hyphen, but it is today. Setup. Oops. Step up. Okay. I'm going to put our daily growth workflow. How to actually know your niche. And then my content marketing flywheel. Okay. And then on these little check marks, I'm going to put my blue that I use. And then instead of check marks, I'm going to do these things, I think. Yeah. And then this, I like to make it bold. Like a date. All right. And then I need to put a picture here. Hold on 1 minute. No, we won't do that one. We'll be like, okay. Take that. I'm going to share it to my computer. Take a little selfie picture there. And I'm going to open up. Let me share my whole desktop now. Please be no nude picture. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to, what I do is I put the, just kidding. All right. where's my, here we go. Oh, there it is. Pixelmator. This is what I use. You can use anything you want. So I'm going to do, it's a 1920 by 1080. That's the kind of size I use. So I just pick that real quick and go like this. Drag this over here. Okay, there I am. Okay. And I'm going to put it about like this. I'm looking the wrong way, but that's okay. Put it like right there. And then make it take the background away. Perfect. Then I'm going to put some text in here that says,
So Mike, this seems like a bit of a departure from you doing screenshots from videos now. Are you just basically using thumbnails for all of your stuff like that now, or?
well, this first funnel, I have to do it this way because I haven't created the course yet, or I haven't created the training yet. So I have to do this. I don't have a screenshot. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent point.
So I always do it this way in the beginning because I don't have the other one made yet. I got to make sure people will buy it. If they don't buy this, then it's not because of this picture. It's the offer, you know what I mean? So, whoops. So I'll do that. There's me on there, not looking in the right thing, but maybe they'll think that I am looking at the answer or something. So I have my little system that I do. I sharpen. Yeah. Okay, and I'll come up here, drag this over. Literally, this is how fast I do it, guys. There is no thought. You guys think there's all this thought. There's no thought. And then I go here. Let's see. I want the text to be, I'm going to say, how I earn MRR my actual system. Okay.
Mike, what are you using to edit all that?
This is called Pixelmator. It's a Mac thing. You can, I think it's just a Mac type editing thing.
Okay.
So like Windows Paint or something.
Yeah, it's just one of those. You can use Canva. You can have somebody do it for you on Fiverr. I would just get good with Canva. Canva, you can do about everything you need to do, and it's simple and quick. I just happened to learn that system. Oh, I didn't want to go to youtube.com. I wanted the YouTube play button. So go there. Zoom in my screen because I was on my laptop, so it's all tiny. Click this here. There's the button. It's got a transparent background. You can see the checkers, maybe. So I'm going to copy that because I want it to look like a play button. And I'm going to throw it on here like this. And sometimes I'm like, ooh, it looks cool behind me. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make it look like a video. So I'm just going to shrink it down about like that. Sometimes I color the words, but I think I'm just going to keep this pretty simple. I want it to be pretty simple.
Oh, so you actually hyperlink the picture.
That's correct. Hey, we're learning shit. I mean, this is good. All right, so
I actually thought that was the thing that the system embedded to your video to make it play. But you actually do it yourself.
Learning every day.
So that's why you've got the little the little magnifying glass when it hovers over that, because it actually recognizes it as a picture. Oh, hello.
Man, when I hear people figuring this out, that's what I love it. We're gonna go back to it.
What's funny is I was trying to figure out how to put the play button over a picture, and then you just did it. You just searched YouTube play button with transparent background.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really.
Then what I'll do to really juice it up, like there's something that they're gonna get in there. I'll go to here and I'll just find something out of my thing. I'll just find like some crazy looking piece of content that people are like, what in the frick? Like it looks, because I know I know me, and this is how I'd catch this mouse. I'd be like, show me some like weird little interior system thing. And they love this picture here. I do any content with this picture here for some reason, and it just does the trick. So what I'll do is I just Command-Shift-4, and I go like this, screenshot it, and I'll just drag it into here, and then I'll put a box around it.
Did you make that that whole little
graphic?
That graphic itself?
I did.
I'd be interested to learn how you did that, because that.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that next.
Yeah.
So there's my actual system. So this is going to be what they see on there. And like, this is just going to be on my landing page, you know, so that's why. And see, it's too small, but they're like, whoa. And then how I earn MRR my system. You know what makes these little pictures so great is when you put a little baby arrow on it. They're like, oh my God. So red arrow. And then I want an arrow that's already background good. So I go to color and I go to transparent. And then I find, oh, this is the one I like. Looks like a marker. And then I'll do this. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Put it on.
Well, they just made a sale. I just bought that app.
Pixelmator?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Pixelmator. Okay. And then I'll just do this, right? Oh my God, look at that. And see how I make it tiny like this? Because then I want to see, can I read it at tiny? Because they're going to look at their phone at tiny. If it looks good tiny, it'll look good big too. So I'll just put it like right there. That looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna make this the same color red. So let's go to text. Click on yum. Click on this. I'm gonna make it like bold black. And I'll maybe even go like this. And then I'm gonna take the eyedropper and then hit the red so it matches the red arrow. Okay, done there. So I'm gonna back this out, or I'm just gonna save this. So now I'm gonna do, oh, you know what? Let me put a border around this because it'll look more like video-ish on the page. So let me go put a stroke, we'll keep it on the inside actually, because I want it to show up.
I've been timing you. It's taken 3 minutes and just to do that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and then we'll just do this. That's what. But when you get better at this, it goes that fast for you too. Oh, I don't even have my hard drive plugged in. You dirty rat. All right, here. Plug this in. My little hard drive. I want to save that on my hard drive. So let me put this in here. Okay. Should show up here in a second. There she is. Gonna make once. We will go to, let's just create a new folder in here. We'll call it the 7-day blueprint. And I'll put LM for lead magnet. And then create. And then I'll put another folder in here. We'll call this design files. Create that. And then I'll say landing page picture space dash space version 1 space dash space, because I'll be testing them till it, I find the thing that does the best. Make one space dash space, and then I'll put 7-day blueprint like that. Export. Okay, put this away. Put this away. Come here, click on this, select a file. Okay, come down in here, design files. Boom. Okay, there she is. All right. So now that's big and on the page, and I'll adjust the size here in a minute. So I want to take these green boxes and I like to make them wide. Kind of shrinks them a little bit and it just looks a little better. So we'll go wide. There we go. Look at that. And then on this one, it's in this little blue thing. I'm going to make it so it's like better on the page. So we'll put some padding on it to where it like makes it look nicer on the, oh, there it is. And then the size of the text, I'll worry about that here in a minute. I got to put a button in here. So I'll put a button right here. This button, I'm going to go with blue. It's my blue I like. And then the text, yeah, same as the page. Oh, let me go to the page and change the font to the font that I like. So let's go Google Fonts. Yep. And then I just use Open Sans because it's easy. Color of links, I just do my blue. Text color, I just do black. Actually, let's do this less black. And then font type for the Google Fonts, I just make it all the same. That way it's easier, you know what I mean? And then background image, okay, and then I'll name this the 7-day MRR blueprint from beginner to steady MRR. And this is just the 7-day blueprint. So basically the headline up here. And then at the end, I just put one of these straight bars and then makeonce.com. And then I Command A, Command C, copy that, put it here. And then, I don't know what, let's see. So let me save this real quick. I don't want to lose any of that. Now I got to put a description in here. How are we going to do that? Oh, okay, let's do this. I'll grab this, open up some Chat GPT. Okay, let's zoom in real quick. We're on Chat GPT 4. Act as a landing page copywriter that is creating a description for a landing page that will show in Google. Make the person want to click on it to learn more and make it the perfect length for Google descriptions. Make it SEO friendly to show up in Google. Make it based off this headline. Ah, shit. Forgot to add the other part. Okay, you gotta add the headline. Here's the headline. : space, submit. Okay, cool. Unlock financial. That's quite a bit. Okay. Say that in less words. All right, perfect. I'm gonna grab this. Just stick it in there for now. I am not even gonna read it. I really wouldn't either. I would probably just stick it in there for now. I'll go back to it later. Nobody really looks at this anyway. They just click a link and get here. Discover financial freedom in 7 days. From novice to consistent monthly revenue. Start your success now, journey now. But see, I would say, watch this free video. Grab this free video training to get video training while it's live. Got to have a little bit of that. Discover financial freedom. I'd be like, discover how to get MRR online in 7 days. From novice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Literally, that's what I do. And then I take this here. Oh, crap. So I got to go back to my picture making thing. And I just take this button off. And then I just make this the picture for the website page. So if the reason I'm doing this is because when I share it, or if I share it in a text, or if I share it in anything, this little image will pop up with that headline underneath it. And it'll have that description, like if I texted it to somebody. So then I save this image the same way. And I just click on it and I say no button in the beginning. I put no but. No but. Do some squats. Okay, got that. Whoops. There we go. Or hike. Hiking helps. And then I put that picture in here. No but. And that is the one that goes. Do you know what I'm saying when I do this? Do you get that? Like this picture has a play button on it. I don't want the play button picture. So like this, what I just created here, and I don't want to hide it from search engines. This up here is what you would see in Google. Or if I texted it to you, you'd see this with this headline and the picture without a button that I just made and put on there. So this is the behind the scenes. Oh, and then I want to track it with my Metricool. So let me just go grab that real quick because I'm actually going to use this. We're actually going to see what it does, right? So I'm going to go to Metricool. This is a little thing. Don't worry about this. This is just like a little thing that you can worry about later. This is unnecessary. I never needed this to make money. Okay. Oh, wait. I got to go here. This is just it. What this does basically is this allows me to track the traffic. So, but system will do that too. Okay. Need to produce. Okay. You're now. Okay. Let me grab that thing again. I don't feel like I got it. Oh, copy. There we go. And then I go here and I just add that to the footer code on that page. And then now it'll track website visits that I can see on it. Okay, let's go back to the button. The button, I want to align it left. Fluid. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want it to fill that. And then what I want this to do is I want this to open up a pop-up. Okay. And then select the pop-up. I got to make the pop-up. I will do that. But that's what I want that to do. And then I want it to say, watch now free. No. Free learn for, let's see, watch now. And then subtext. Do we want to do subtext? I'm not going to start with subtext because I don't know. I just want to start it like this. Then the padding looks good right now. The corners will go 10. I like to have a little bit rounded corners. That's just my personal preference. Now my button's getting the rounded corners. I don't like to do this border at all. Okay, so boom, there's my button. That looks good. Let's see what it looks like on mobile real quick. Oh my gosh. All right, cool. So let's see. I will separate this down a little bit. I really want them to be able to see, you know, the image when they get there, right? Like, so this is the first thing they see. This, we'll move it down. Wait, is there a blue one around it? There are two blues? Oh, there is. Okay, so the blue, and I'll adjust this down a little bit like this, just like this here. And then let's see, there's a blue one on this. Click on that. And that way when they get there, they can see it's like it's not too close together. They can read this and they'll read this, then they'll see this. And then this, is there a blue one around this here? No. Okay. So this margin top here, let's go 30. Yeah. So 30, and then okay, and then this button looks crazy. So we'll do the button like here, and then I'll put some padding on the button because it's all like smashed like a pancake. So we'll do, whoa, let's do 15. And then let's do the bottom 15. So now the button looks more like a button. And then the text, probably just leave it like that, you know? And then, okay, so there's mobile version setup, looks good, boom. And then on this thing here, I also want this to open the pop-up. So when they go to click the button, they'll be like, play the video, and it'll pop the pop-up up. And then we go to the pop-up here, we'll create a pop-up, add pop-up, and I'll be like, enter your info to instantly watch the free training. And then I'll put text underneath this, whoops, this here, and I'll put use your best email because I send you an email only bonus. Get out of my way. Get out of my way, Grammarly. You get in my way all the time. For this session. Okay. Email only bonus that you won't want to miss. Okay. Anybody in their right mind that hears that, I mean, that should get them pretty excited.
Yeah.
Google font. I mean, you know, open sans. Because how they're going to get here too is hanging out with me on social media first. Open sans. Okay, good. So let's make this a little bit further from it and put some margin in there. We'll put 20 maybe. Yeah, look at that. That's neat. And then this button here, again, I don't like, let's go to my fonts, same as page. Here it says, yes, yes, show me the training. And then I'm going to take my color blue. I like to do the second button a different color. And I like this yellow that I do. And then I like to make it, and you know why? This yellow is actually the Amazon yellow. And I just did that because I'm like, they're used to clicking on Amazon yellow because everybody buys off of Amazon. So I was like, let's do Amazon yellow because they'll feel familiar with it. That's just I don't know if it's true. And then let's see.
No, it is actually.
No subtext. And then, oh yeah, this here, it goes to this. Yeah. And then take, good lordy. Okay. And then click on, let's see, padding. Yeah. We'll do like 15. I think I always do about 15. And then, whoops. And then there's something I got to do up here. What is it? Oh yeah. No, wait a minute. Yeah, go down here. No border. And then I know there's something up here. Oh, this fill width. I want it fluid. There we go. And then let's see. I want to make it a little shorter like these here. And then these I always do 10. I always make my little buttons 10. You guys like this? Everybody fall asleep? Oh shit.
How much time before it
No,
pops
no,
up,
no.
Mike?
What's that?
What did you set the pop-up time for? Is it instant or 5 seconds?
Only
or-
when they click on my video or the blue button will the pop-up come up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just
Because
leave
you
the
wanna-
same thing. What?
Because you want to collect their email address before they watch the video.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you get them into the
Yeah.
automation. Yeah.
And the only person that wants to watch this video is my person.
Right.
You know, like who else would want to? Okay, then I got to see what this thing looks like on, oh gosh. So this thing is hideous on mobile. So I go here. The font, first of all, is way too big on this. This needs to be really tiny. And then the button again always looks crazy on the mobile. So you got to come in here. First off, we got to give it some margin. We'll do like 20. And then I think this needs to be like kind of more bold. So whoa, Google Fonts, Open Sans, and then I'm gonna go like the extra bold. Oh shit, too much. Let's go to just bold. Too much. Let's go to semi-bold. That's clean. Okay. Then we'll come down here and the padding 15. Okay, that looks good. I like that. And then on this, I gotta make the size of this smaller. This isn't. There we go. And then I want it a little closer together, like that. And then this needs to be bigger. Let's go to here. We'll make this more bigger. And then top margin, let's give it some top margin so it's not so crunchy. And then I think I'm going to make this a little bit more bold. So Google Fonts, same font. I'm just going to choose like a bold. Yeah. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Oh, and then at the bottom of this thing, edit page settings. So on this, so show the close button. Yeah, let's do that. So put this little close button here. And then no delay, open pop-up automatically off. And then open on exit off. Background color padding. We can put a little padding like here, get it away from that pop-up button. Then I got to put it at the bottom so it doesn't look all out of whack. There we go. And then left or right, would that crazy it up? Maybe like, I like it. Like right there. And then border, yeah, maybe I'll do a border on this one, solid. And color of the border, let's just do like gray. Nah, let's do my blue. Yeah, no, that's too much. Go gray. There we go.
So the X was for what? So that in case they opted out or something?
No, they just want to close that. They want to read the page behind it again, you know?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Shadow. What's a shadow look like? Let's see. What about far shadow? I don't know. I can't even see a shadow. Hard shadow? That's fine. And then the corners on this, I just do 10 on all these. I just keep everything with the 10 on the corners. It just rounds them nicely. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? You like it? I think there needs to be some more room here.
Well, they're good.
Click on that. We'll go 30 maybe.
I just
That
didn't
looks
think
clean.
it
If
was
I
that
open,
easy.
oh, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. Let's go 20. Oh yeah, and then this needs some room to breathe under here too. This would help. This is pretty breathe.
That's really easy looking. I mean, obviously you're doing a lot of clicking, but it's like I'm following along easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sweating or anything.
Is this like seasoned to taste in a recipe, right?
Yeah, it's like thing. You know, I mean, it's humid in my room, but nothing really sweating or anything. Okay, so then this button, when they click on this and add their email here, what I want it to do is I want them to take it to a custom URL and I want them to send the form. Yep, that's what I want it to do. And then the next page, I'm going to go HTTPS. Oops, they already put it in there for me. www.makeonce.com/7-day blueprint TYP. Thank you page. No, let's put video. Yeah, there we go. So that's the page that it's going to go to. That's what we're going to name the next page. Okay, and then this, let's do fluid here. Here we go. I knew something. Okay, let's go down padding and go left or right. Just make it a little bit. All right, there it is. Okay, so that's the pop-up. We got that. This is version 1.
You can actually put the numbers in there, right? On the right side. If you already know your presets and whatnot, then you should just be able to click on that and just enter the number, right?
What do you mean by enter the number?
Like when you see the values on the right side of the scroll bar, when you were in the left side of the screen there.
Oh, yeah, you can, yeah, however you want to use it, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So there's that. Okay, so that's good. So now what we've got here is, let's click away. All right, perfect. Oh, wait. So that pop-up, which one was that? That was this one. Okay. So that pop-up is in number 3. Okay. So when I click on this, I want to say open, show pop-up when they click on that. And I want them to show pop-up 3, the one we just made. And then, oh, the button, same thing. So when they click on the button, I want it to show pop-up number 3. And then save. All right. Now, I just need down at the bottom, I got to put my stuff about my privacy policy, because you always got a link to that. So let me pull up, let's go to makeonce.com. And let's blow up my little page here. Oh, hello, people. And then down here is right here. So they need to have link to this page. So I'll just actually, what I'll do is I'm just going to copy this. Copy. Go to the editor. And then down here, I'm going to add a section at the bottom. Section. And then I'm going to add a headline. No, I just need regular text, really. Regular text. And then paste. There it is. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make this smaller because they don't really care. Go like that. And then let's do the color all like light gray. So it's not hard. You don't want, you just need it kind of out of the way. Okay. All right. This looks pretty good. I think this could be a little closer. Let's see. Can't do it that way. Let's go to
Mike,
this.
that legal stuff, is that what every page has to have that someone views? Or
Yeah,
like,
they need to have a privacy policy, terms and conditions, and that all on there. I give you all of mine inside of the program.
oh, okay.
So you can just copy and paste mine and take my name out of it and put your name in there.
Okay.
And then you'll have it. You could also go to ChatGPT, which might be the better option, and just say, hey, ChatGPT, I need a privacy policy page. Can you give me the basic privacy policy page? And then just copy and paste it into there. You could even ask ChatGPT, where would I put my name? Where would I put my information? And it'll give you all that stuff. But you need a privacy policy, terms and conditions. And I have a legal page on there that's a disclaimer that says everything that I'm telling you is false and not going to make you money, basically.
Gotcha.
Just to
Okay.
But
cover
you
my...
can't sue me. Nah,
Yeah,
you know.
pretty much. And they probably still could if they really wanted to. But that people don't, I mean, it's not, I mean, the way I come across, like, people, I don't think they would do that. They might, they will, I'm sure. They just haven't. But I just be cool and try to, like, really, you know, give them what I said, you know, and that helps.
Given the
So,
propensity of people to buy something, consume it, then want their money back, you know, you have to put the terms and conditions in there that, you know,
yeah.
no refunds and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
I just really much, people kind of know, like, with me, like, I'm not like a bullshitter. It's like, I mean, I'm a bullshitter. I'm probably one of the best, but I'm not like, I give you what I say on my thing here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give it to you. So this is this. Let's take a look at it now. So when somebody clicks from my content, I'm like, hey, makeonce.com/7-day blueprint. And the 7 is a 7. And then it's just 7-day blueprint, no spaces. And they go here and they go, oh, the video. Oh, I got to opt in. Okay. And then they opt in and then they're in. Or they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to watch that right now. Oh yeah. And then they go to the next page. Maybe, hopefully, if I set it up right. So there's my landing page, just like that. Now I can start promoting this on social media.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is, remember, we said in the pop-up that the next one, the button takes them to this 7-day blueprint video page. That's the next page. That's the secret page that they're opting in for. So we'll save this, exit. Now what I'm going to do is create the next page. Okay, so this I just duplicate. Yes. And then I'm going to change this to 2. And I'm going to change this to video page. And I'm going to take this off. And then I'm going to take this out and paste this in here. And I'm going to save it. So there's my next page. And what I'm going to do is on the automation rules, I'm going to set this up so that when somebody goes to the opt-in page and they opt in and it sends the form, I want it to do something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, when they subscribe to my funnel step, that's the rule. So funnel step subscribe, this happens. So let's go here, edit automation rule. What do you want it to do? I want it to add the tag We'll call this 7-day blueprint. I'm just making this tag right now. That's what it is. So save that rule. And so now when they opt in, it tags them in the system 7-day blueprint. And then I'm going to come up here later in my automations and create a workflow and say, anybody that gets that tag, start sending these emails. And then I'll make some emails for it. We probably won't get to that today. But we'll do it. Okay.
Mike, sorry.
Yes.
It can
Somebody
be
said-
all inside. It can be all inside system, or you need active campaign.
It can all be inside a system. Now for me, I am going to try both, but I like Active Campaign. It's just Active Campaign's my little friend. So I use Active Campaign, but I'm going to use system too and just see. I don't get too tripped out on that because they both do it.
Or is anyone, I mean, is active better than system, or
In
is
my
it just,
opinion, it is, but I've never used system at high volume. So maybe system is better. I know system works just fine. You can make more money than you'll ever need just using system. And that's probably the way to do it. That's how we're going to do it with this. So I'm going to hurry here. So we're going to go, because I want to show you that this can happen like this. Okay. Now I'm going to go in here. We're on the second page, video page. I just duplicated my first page, edit page. I'm going to come in here, and all I'm going to do is this. Believe it or not, this is exactly what I would really, honestly, truly do. If you don't believe me, I guess you'll just have to opt in and see, because that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this here. I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to delete it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here. Okay. And then when I create the video, I'm just going to put the video right there. And I'm going to put a button underneath it, because in the video at some point, I'm going to say, if you want to join Build Lab, click this button. So when they do it, I want them to open up a URL, and that page is https:// too many, make once, oops, you.com, you son of a, all right, there we go. And then join Build Lab, because that's my sales page. It's already there, right? So I'm just going to link them to that, and then open in a new window. Yes, no, same window. No, yes, I want it in the same window. So when they click it, the page that they're on changes. I'm going to go down here, and on here, it'll be like, start my paid membership. No. Learn how to, no. Join, no. Start your own, no. Learn how this works. And then none of this. My button, I'm going to go with the blue. Oh, it's not in there. I'll go with the yellow one then. The yellow is fine too. F9. It's the only thing there, so they can't really screw it up. 8-1. And then the text color is this color. And then I'm going to go with the little bit bolder stuff. Remember, we did that. Semi-bold. There it is. And then I'm going to take, that's there. Okay, rounded corners. We did 15, 10. And then 10. And then 10. And 10. Okay. No shadow, none of this. And then margin. So you move it down a little bit. Okay. All right. And then that goes to that goes to the page. All right. Let's see how it looks on mobile. Okay. Every damn time. All right, let's move this down a little bit. The video, we'll move it down a little bit. We don't need it so high. Give them a little room when they get there. There it is. I'm just thinking about how it looks on the phone, you know. I want it just out of the way, real small. And then this thing, we're going to give that some, you know what. We're going to send that thing to 100. Get out. Okay, so they're just focused on this. And then I don't even need this actually on this page, but I leave it there. Then, some padding on this. Remember we did, what was it? 15 on the top, 15 on the bottom. There it is. All right. Then I'll go up here to settings, make sure I change this because now it's the same as this. So 7-day blueprint, yeah, I'll just leave it the same. Well, I don't need to change that. Is the code there? It should be because I copied the page. Okay, perfect. There's my second page. Ta-da! That's all I do. So hopefully you guys can follow that.
It just seems so counterintuitive because, you know, you feel like you have to have your logo and you're this and you're that and you know, a presentation of sorts, but making this very simple, just seeing you do it, it's like, I mean, I know I can do that.
Oh, how frustrating is it for me to see you guys fiddle farting around? And I'm like, dude,
When you already know, because you already have those, you already have that whole vision in your mind, and I do too.
well, you
I mean,
got it now too.
Yep.
Okay. How Build Lab works to help you start earning monthly recurring revenue.
And you're not too worried about using kind of an industry term or a verbiage or a lingo versus for a beginner, right? I mean, we're not necessarily worried about how, you know, spelling it out all the time.
What do you mean?
Well, MRR, a lot of people see PLR, MLR, and then, you know, that's their first. I go on TikTok all the time and I see the people that do the PLR, private label rights, right? A lot of people wouldn't know that. And if they've never seen it before, MRR, monthly recurring, you know,
I'm not trying to
revenue.
convince somebody to learn. They already know what that MRR means.
All right, there you go. All right.
That's a
it.
good point. No, that's a good point because like they already know what that is.
Mhm.
A new person wouldn't, but this isn't for a new person. This is for somebody that from beginner to steady monthly recurring revenue.
Got it.
So they already like have heard that term. They've heard that phrase. And then what I can do with this is so it doesn't show up right away. Because if they see this right away,
Mhm.
for some of them, they might be like, oh, see, you trying to sell me something, which I don't want that person anyway.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe that's fine. And I'd probably the first time I just would leave that on there, but I'd try like after 1,000 visits, maybe I'll click on that and come down here and say, delay this 10 seconds. Because if they can at least get into my video 10 seconds, maybe on my big long sales videos, it wouldn't show up for an hour because the sales video is 2 hours long and it still worked. It still worked, but I'll put 30 seconds. No, that's a long time. No, it isn't. Yeah, I'll do 20 seconds. That way, when they get there, save it. Let's go look at it out here in the wild. So they get there, the video plays. See, there's no button here. So they'll be like, ooh, just a video. And then they'll watch it and we'll wait for 20 seconds, which is a really long ass time. Think how long this is. This is crazy. So they'll start watching the video because there's nothing else to do. And they start getting into it. And that's why I got to hook them right away in the beginning of the video. And then this pops up, but they're already in the video. And then they're like, ooh,
that.
how Build Lab. And then if they click on it, it takes them to here, my sales page. And then they watch this video.
Okay, I'm totally digging that. That makes
Right.
I'm like,
Seeing it, yeah, right. You and me both, Tammy. I mean, I've been in internet since the very beginning, but I mean, just seeing it.
Now check it out. That's all I need for my funnel because I already have my sales page on my thing. And when they buy it, it already takes them and sends them on. So there it is, 2 pages. I can start collecting leads. Now I could get on here and be like, because I don't have a video there yet, I can literally get on there and I can create a video. I can go through these 7 steps or whatever, and I can talk about them all. And then I can just put that video on there. Now, what I'm going to do is underneath here, I'm going to keep creating this page here. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to go confirm because this is just the video page, right? So this is 7-day blueprint video. And I'm going to put, you guys ready? D1. Nobody sees this link but me. So that means day 1. Okay. And I'm going to just take the video out, 7-day blueprint D1. Okay. And then I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to put here, this is going to change to D1 because I know that's day one of the thing. And then space dash space. And then the first day of the thing is unknown name. Okay. I got to fill that in. I'll put like put headline because I don't know yet. And then what I'll do is all of them will have the button underneath it. So now what I'm going to do is save. Now look, this turns to D1. Now I just need to do 7 of those. Duplicate, confirm, come in, and D2, and D2. Okay, take copy off. Got to put a headline in there still, but save, D2. I'm going to go in and create simple video for each one of those pages, and every email that they get when they opt in, it's going to send them to each one of those pages. Each one of them have the button underneath it with all the same headline underneath it as this page. Do you follow me? Everybody follow me? So now I just got to create those. I got to create those 7 pages, which I'll just do, right? I'll give you guys this funnel too. I'll put it in the group later.
Oh, okay.
And you guys let us have it. Because I'm cool like that, you know what I'm saying?
So Mike, they're going to be in sequence. So you'll just be building on each one?
No, each one of them has their own page link. So when I go to email them, I'll just send them to this link.
Are they in the modules you're making? Are those the modules or are those?
These are the
pillars?
7 days. Yeah, the 7-day blueprint. These are the 7 days. Day 1, day 2. That's D. That's what D is. Day 1, day 2, day 3.
Right. Okay.
And then so I'll have a link for each of them because I'm duplicating it. Confirm. And I take these off and see where it says D3 right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm taking this off. This one's going to be day 4, so I put D4. And then because each one of them's got to be different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And then so it's like this. You know what I'm saying? And then like then you put, let's see, day 5. Take this off. I'll go back and put the names of the headlines. I got to come up with those. I haven't come up with those yet. But I still created this funnel so I can start getting people into it. And if I wanted to on the next page, I could be like, hey guys, it's coming. I'm glad you're here. But in the meantime, check out this video. Because I could start collecting leads that way. They're still on my email list. They probably want to unsubscribe. And then I'll go back to them and say, hey, but I'm taking action, getting it done, building leads. Not tripping.
When they do the if they were at some point in this process to just unsubscribe, you would have a probably some kind of a video to try to save it, right?
No.
Okay.
Maybe a smart person would do that, but I wouldn't. If they unsubscribe, they unsubscribe. Hopefully they come back, you know?
Yeah. Is there a tag on each one of these days?
Nope.
No.
No, only tag I need is when they opt in so I can use that tag in the system to send out emails or to whatever.
Okay. So unless they unsubscribe, then yeah, they're just there.
Yeah, well, if they unsubscribe, I won't be able to email them because they won't be on the list anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so this is it. So there's my 7 pages. Each one of them, if I go to them, I can go like this, say it's already saved. I go to edit and I can do this. And I can just say, if I want to like make it even more like super high tech, I'll put up to the top here. I'll put like day 1.
Right.
Day 1 of 7-day blueprint. But that's only if I'm wanting to be really high tech about it.
And so the video could be just something they're reading too. So you can put anything you want there. That's just like day 1.
You can put anything that the human can consume. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the
Probably
button,
like you can even make it look like something like a little bit like the sales page, like, you know, things you'll cover off to the right like that, and just kind of for uniformity's sake. And now my brain's going. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So day X of 7 banner. So I'm just going to save this little thing because I didn't. Usually you want to make the first page like look perfect and then you can duplicate it, because now I have to like go add this to all the days. Was that day 1? Was I on day 1?
Yeah.
So day 2, come in here, edit. And then now I've got this little block saved. You guys see me do that?
so the button's going to take them to a sales page to
this button always goes, yep.
Build Lab.
Sales page on every page.
Yeah.
Sales button on every page, yeah. Because that's what I'm ultimately selling. This is just the free offer to show them that I'm worth them coming over to Build Lab.
And if I don't remember correctly, I think I do. Didn't you offer the in the free training? Didn't you offer like the notes from that and the links?
Yeah, I'd give them everything, and my affiliate links for like System would be in there, so that maybe they join System and maybe they don't join Build Lab, but they join System.
Cast a wide net, right?
Yeah, And then they can see like how simple it is and they can learn. Oh, but wait, I was really, really smart because I thought, well, what if I just teach this to my guys and girls? And then this video, when I get done, I can cut it out of the call. And that's what they get when they opt in. And I'll just chop it up and put it on each of these pages. Because that's exactly what I was thinking before I did this.
Right.
So my course now, my book, my lead magnet just got finished. And I'm going to break it up into little short videos. I'm going to take this and break it up. And then they'll have this. And then they'll be like, holy shit, this is amazing. This is so easy to do. And if this is one day of his one call of his one thing in Build Lab, I see the value now.
Yeah. How long would the videos typically be? They're like 6-minute videos, 8-minute videos?
I don't know, whatever it breaks up to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I may have to add like a couple because we didn't, you know, say everything perfect in here or something. But this is what all people need. They don't need nothing else.
Mhm.
So you see how I killed 2 birds with 1 stone? And guess what? This is going to become my newsletter today too.
Yeah.
Do you see how this works?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what am I doing? I'm giving them 1 day of my entire life out of my program. Like, yeah, it's valuable. This is valuable.
No, very valuable.
There
Seeing
you
you
go.
do it. You know, I thought I was gonna have to. I mean, I went to Brand Crowd, right? And I went and got my logo done, and then I got my and the look of how I want my page to look. And I suppose what you could have done at any point was if you had a background or a branding look, you could
Don't
have
need a
just,
background.
you don't need one, but you could have inserted one probably.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Right.
It's just distraction and it's a waste of time. Now later, if it like becomes something or something, but I don't know, I probably wouldn't do it. That's while everybody's doing that, I'm doing this. And then I
And
beat
succeeding
them.
that way. Right.
Yeah, I beat them because they're playing games and I'm playing the game.
Yeah. Now, why didn't you set this up as a course in system?
Because this is faster and I want to prove it first.
Right.
If it proves out to be really good and really valuable lead magnet, then I could do that. I could turn it into a course and go deeper on each of these 7 videos and make it
Right.
like a 70-minute course or something. Or yeah, 70,
And then add your logo and your background page and all that
maybe
other stuff.
they don't
Yeah, if
care.
you
They just
want
want
to
the
take it
information.
fancy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
They don't want anything else. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even, sometimes I can't even remember who owns Amazon. I'm like, what's that fucking guy's name? So I realized that like, I'd rather, so this is it. So there they are. Now I just got to take these videos when I get done, chop it up, throw it in there, boom, lead magnet. And I can start talking about it. Now the emails, I go to emails, I go to workflows. Now I got to attach email to it, right? So create a workflow. Just come in here. We're going to call this the 7-day blueprint email. Now we'll just call it 7-day blueprint.
What is workflow code for anything?
It's like automations. It's an automation.
Okay.
So
All right.
I've never done this before, so we're going to do this together. I've kind of done it. Let's say the trigger, I thought it was a tag added. Yep. What tag? Let's do the 7-day blueprint tag. Okay. I've never done this. I'm not lying to you. I've never done this. I've attempted to do this, but this is my first time. So, okay. What kind of step would you like to add? Let's do when they opt in, I want to immediately, let's see, split action. I don't know. Action. What action? Can they send an email? Holy moly. Okay. Choose. Wait. Your affiliate link. No. I guess I got to create a new one. Okay. Subject line, day 1 of your 7-day blueprint of your 7-day MRR blueprint. That's perfect. Because that's what it is. Subject line. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Damn.
Let's see. What can I say? Let's say here's
ChatGPT again.
no, not first version. Lean, mean, and scrappy. Paragraph. No, what is this?
Blowing my
No.
mind.
Let's
Just
see. I don't need
Right,
this.
Tammy, right?
Here.
Girl. That's
I'm
okay.
excited you wanted to check this out. It changed my life. And hopefully it will help you change yours. All keep this simple because we both like that. Here is day 1 of the 7-day blueprint. And then I'll make that a link. And then I'll put I'll see you over there. And then Mike, and then PS. Each day I will send you a link to the next video. So stay tuned. Smiley face. And then I really do it this way, folks. I'm not trying to be stupid. Hopefully. Okay, there it is. There it is.
All right.
Doom, attachments. You know, I would maybe possibly put a picture in there. You know, I could be like, if I had pictures, but not in the first one. First one would just be like this. And then I'll make this bold. And then I got a link to that page, which is day 1. So highlight, link. And remember, it was HTTPS. That's why I make the things also really easy, because then you can just remember them right away. /7-day blueprint. And then D1, remember? And the next one's D2. So I don't have to keep looking back. Blah, blah, blah. So there it is. And then I'll bring this up actually, because it's more like that, I think. Okay. There it is. And then save. Let's see what happens.
You don't embed anything?
I don't need to. I'll just link to that page.
Ah.
Version 1. Version 1. Now
Right,
I'm going
right,
to go, let's see, action. Nope. Let's delay. And we got to delay it for a day, because the next day they get it, right? Next day. And then this one, action. And guess what? I bet my email's saved in there that I just created, hopefully. Please be. Oh, okay. And then choose and edit. So I'll come in here, same everything.
Wow.
This one's day 2.
Gosh, what?
And did we
This is
not
day
hear Mike
2.
just like have a little knowledge gasm right there?
Yeah, that was sweet, wasn't it? So day 2. Now I got to change it just a little bit. Here it. Let's see. So as promised, here is day 2 of the.
I feel so stupid right now.
I'll see you there. I'll change that a little bit. I'll be like,
Feel empowered. Like, oh my
right?
God.
I mean, yeah.
Like, this is just like blowing my mind. This is so like, I love this platform system because it's so user friendly. Like you just asked a tag. It's just like, I wouldn't even know, like, are you embedded something? I'm like, what is he even talking about? I know you're probably talking about HTML.
Mike, that did change the email for day 1 as well.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. You got to make a new one for every day.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing that tripped me up the first time.
Let's go. Oh, wow. Okay, damn.
See that now, that's very good to know, because otherwise I'd be wondering the same thing, like what happened.
Okay, perfect. This is good to do. So what I'll do then is I'm going to do this. And since I had that struggle, it simplified the process, because I'm not going to go harder. As promised, here's day 1 of the 7-day blueprint. And then I'm just going to do this. And then it's there. I'll be waiting for you. And because it made it even simpler now, and it's smaller now, and it's better now, because they don't even care about the ha hoo hoo. And I'll just do that. So now it's back. And what I'll do is I'll come here. Oops. Let's go like this. Let's come back in here. And let's choose and edit and watch. I'm going to do this. This is probably, okay, copy that. There we go. All right, now, good, cool, Bajan. I'm going to just kill this email. Don't need it no more. And then let's go like this. Let's go action. Let's go this. Send an email. And this time, create a new one. This time, paste this. Oh, no, not yet. This is day 2. Let's see. Day 2 of 7-day blueprint. And save and edit email. And then I'll paste it. There it is. Okay. Day 2. Change this to day 2. Change this to day 2. And then I'm going to highlight my link, click on here. And I bet I got to go back and change my one. I do. Okay. So, oops. This is day 2. I got to go back to my previous one. And I got to fix it. Yeah. Got to make sure I got to keep focus on that. So that's a little bit of focus stuff. And then let's see, go like that. All right. Jesus, that was
I know, really, but no, I mean, seeing you go through that, these are the same mistakes I would have made. These are the same. You're catching yourself in real time, which is,
Yeah, it's fun to build it with people.
yeah.
Yeah, because then you guys have these kind of like things, and you're really making my course really good right now too. My free course that they're gonna get, because they're hearing all this shit. They're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And
No,
it
it
gives
is
me
amazing.
credibility because you're on here.
Absolutely.
So is everybody
It's
like?
easy, people. It's easy. Just do what he says. It's not. Just strip it down to its brass tacks there, and just do it.
Well, I mean, it really kind of is like that, right?
It really
So it's
kind of
great.
is, yeah.
So this is day 3 of. So you see what's happening here. It's pretty much just the same. Because see, listen, in the beginning, the first version, it's just lean, mean, and scrappy. So it already puts that up there. That's nice. And then I'm just
Exactly
pasting
right.
again. We're going to 3. And this is where, like, and then because it's all about the content, and they're gonna be like, God, man, this is freaking dude. And then they also feel the simplicity, and they go, wow,
I could
this
do
is
that.
yeah. So in this one, I'll be like, I want to change it up a little bit, really get custom here. I'm there. See you. No, I'm there now. And then like tomorrow, I'll send you a link. Yeah, let's just do that now.
Because as you're going forward, it's like you're probably mimicking a lot of the same thoughts that they're probably having at the time that they're on this page. They've already consumed 2 days worth of content. They're getting into the groove. They're moving and grooving, as a popular thing I like to say, and just doing it. That's just the way it is. You're just doing it.
Yeah, it's just doing it. Yeah, Nike.
I'm Nike.
And then action. But you see how fast this is?
Mhm.
It gets.
I mean, we've been on for 2.5 hours, and you literally spent the first hour and 15 minutes with like the utmost pep talk. I mean, the best pep talk ever. And then you've only been doing the actual creation for an hour.
And now I can sell this for the rest of the year. And if it works, I can turn it into a course, and I'll just take the same thing and make it a course in the beginning and add a little bit here and there, and then I can instantly start making money.
I've been doing this since May, Tammy.
Okay.
I came in May, and I saw Mike on TikTok, and I was just scrolling through the live videos as I started to do, and then I just happened to see him. He was right in the middle of whiteboard training, selling Build Lab, and I was hooked. And then, I mean, I'm in no hurry. I have a good job, and I just want to do what I want to do, and get something ramped up. I literally came up with what I wanted to do. Sell books or teach people how to write using ChatGPT or other AI tools and get it done faster. And then this education has been worth more to me as I prepare to make my transition. So I know that when my product is there, I already know it's going to be good. I already know how to sell. I already know, because I've been an insurance guy. I know how quickly now I can create everything and not actually have something fully created at the time that I do it.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the only other thing that I think we went through this in group actually was, I think, this subject about getting your first 1,000 subscribers. So I mean, I know this is more geared for those that are, I would suppose, may have a following, some kind of a following already, but I know we always start from,
this is day 1. No following. You can do it this way.
No, I mean, like, if I'm when I want to how to get the original those lead magnets, getting it created, yes, but doing it as, I guess, videos, right? So I think, Bijan, I think you said something to me yesterday in a comment about that. So like going on Instagram or something and having, because you can't do link in your bio until you get over 1,000 subscribers, and I'm about 760 away. But is there a training that you can do later, maybe, about that, about, you know, getting to that 1,000?
Well,
Is
what
that
I
ma-
would do is I would like when I wanted to get to 1,000, I'm like, I got to get 1,000 people. And then I was like, well, what would 1,000 people really, really want that's like related to this? And I just covered those topics
Hmm.
and just made them like want to follow me because they're like, ooh, hopefully some more stuff like this comes.
But then to follow you, and then did you direct them to an Instagram or someplace else where the active links were?
No, I just told them where to go.
You
I
just
just
told them where
told
to
them.
go.
I said, go
Okay.
to makeonce.com. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, would you start on YouTube or would you start on TikTok? Or it depends on your niche.
If I started brand new, I'd start on TikTok because it's the
I would agree with
fastest,
that.
fastest
Yeah.
growing, you know. Okay, so this is it. So there's all 7 days. Now, what I can do is after this, I can say delay, and I might delay now for, let's say, 3 days.
Is that after day 7?
Yeah, and then what I'd do is I would start adding emails now that were the count, you know, like the 6 day, like this one would be like the transformation email, be like, here's how things can change with MRR. How things change with MRR. Because it's a transformation one. And then I would write this email out and I would just write it myself. No chat GPT. I would just, whatever my heart says, like whatever my heart says about this, like what my life has changed, how it's transformed. Or I would just put something like, I actually just created you a video. And then what I would do is on this one, I would probably, I'm just going to save this for now. And then what I would do is, so let's see, exit. Oh wait, I got to turn this on.
So that's the alternate. So
Excellent.
they went through the whole course or the whole training. They didn't opt in. They didn't they didn't buy the product. Then they wait 3 days, like you're doing here, and then you send them on a I guess just kind of like a loop.
Well, down here after 3 days, I forgot I'd come in here and I'd do a decision path, and I would say, let's see. I don't know. I've never done this. Okay. So choose a filter. Nobody tell me. Add a condition. Choose a filter. Add a condition. So tag, contact, tagged with Build Lab, because that means they bought Build Lab. Oh, no, I don't want that. And then what happened? No, I don't want that. So that's it. So if it says, so if the tag contact tagged with Build Lab, that's it. So create. Now it says, after 3 days, it's going to ask, person is tagged with Build Lab. If yes, I'm going to say action. Hopefully it has like, hopefully it does unsubscribe from campaign. Remove tag.
So you probably
just put
created
unsubscribe.
that.
I just unsubscribed from campaign, and that's it. So that wait.
But
Oh wait. So
you might
maybe I
not
gotta
need
save
to.
this. Don't tell me. I want to figure this out first. I think I gotta create a campaign. Maybe
No,
this
that's
is a campaign.
perfect. That's
Emails.
perfect because that tells you what you got to do.
Yeah. This is, I don't want, so name of the campaign, 7-day blueprint. That's all I need for that.
So it creates the graphics as you make it, and then you probably took a little screenshot or a little snippet of that.
Oh
and
God,
then,
do I got to do it all in here? I might have to do it all in here.
mm,
Yeah. Oh no, it'll still do all that because of the workflows. But
Mhm.
if I want it to like unsubscribe, so I'll just do something different then. Let's go back over here.
That's where I got tripped up.
Yeah, I'll
and
just
kind of
do
figured.
something different. I'll just do this. Because I already created all this. I could go create it all again. It'd be easy, obviously.
right?
So instead, what are we gonna have it do? Let's see here. Let's just go. Yeah, how about we just do let's just do this. Let's just send them an email that says, awesome. Can't wait.
Huh. There was also one to enroll in the course.
I noticed you joined Build Lab. Congrats. I can't wait to see you on the weekly Zooms.
That's kind of like a Frank Kern subject line.
I'll see you in the lab. Okay, cool. So that's what the email that they get every time that they sign up. So that's how you just bypass that. So I'll just keep using that same email. And so
Yeah.
now, but if they didn't get the Build Lab tag, then I want to send this email out. Oh, you dirty rat.
Now, what you added there was weekly, but you have 2 meetings a week. See you
Yeah.
twice a week in our weekly.
Oh, did I do
Meetings.
something like that? Let me see.
I can already see that I would build out like on a piece of paper or a note. I
Yeah,
would
that's
type
good.
out like what I want to do. You know, like I want to do 2 weeklies. I want to do one on Mondays, one on Thursday. Yeah, and then do this.
And it's good that you do one in the evening and one in the daytime, North American time.
I'm on.
Yeah.
I work Monday through Thursday, so I have to either catch it on the replay or I have to take it on a rare Thursday day off. But it's good that he did this on Saturday this week because it allowed me to be here.
Then I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait 2 days, and then I'm gonna send the next email until I get all those 6 in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just keep sending this. If they did get the tag, they're gonna get awesome. Can't wait. But ultimately, what I would do is I'd spend all this time and just rebuild that little workflow over in a campaign, and then just use a campaign, because then I could say just don't send this campaign anymore.
So you have to start. You should start the campaign, or you should at least create it. What, before you get to that step, or like
Yeah.
you just did as you get to that step.
Yeah. I would.
Okay.
I should. Well, I didn't know what I was doing, so I just went
Right.
in it. That's just kind of the problem when you do things but you don't know.
Mike, I have one question about campaigns. Maybe you can help figure it out. I just
Yeah.
don't understand the delay between emails because I'm about to send my 30-day like school course to people, and I want to make sure it doesn't send all on the same day.
That's a good question. What actually makes it a day? Is it 24 hours from the day it's sent? You know, from the moment it sends it, then it waits. A day is 24 hours, and then it sends it at the same time every single day. If you
Well, no, I'm
in
also
system, I think it's like a 0-1, and then you put 0. You just keep putting 0-1, I think, after each email. It'll have you pick which email you want to select, and then you'll put 0-1, and then it'll go the next day. I think that's how it goes.
yeah.
Mike can confirm that, though. He knows the system more than me.
Really? Okay, and then I'll put day 1 of the 7-day blueprint. Get you there. Okay. Save and publish. Okay, this email will be sent after 0 days, because that's the first one. Time when email should be sent. I'll just have it. Yeah, I could do it in the morning. Let's do it at how about they get at 7 a.m. every day? Huh? Days of the week when this email should be sent. I don't care about that. All right, let's go. Whenever they start, they get it. Okay, now save. And let's probably exit, I guess.
I'm usually checking my email right about usually within about 30 minutes of starting my day. When I'm already dressed and into the day, that's when I usually start checking emails.
You hear that, guys? So watching this, Now you know. That's about when do you check your email? That's when you should probably send it. Remember, this is a course I'm making right now, and a lead magnet, and a newsletter, and a funnel, and a this, and a that, and a product, and everything. And I'm doing it with you. And you could do it for free. This first time, you're like, well, yeah, Mike, but you got people on here to do this with. Yeah, well, you could just do it for free. You could tell everybody, hey, I'm doing a free training. It's on Zoom. You get on. I'm going to build this with you live. If you're daring enough to do that. Okay. So the next thing, so that was, let's see, that goes out on day 0. And then I'm just going to, I would assume, just duplicate, confirm. And then this one, this will be day 2. I'll just do a couple of these just so we can see.
Day 0 meaning day they opted in. You get something like right away.
Yeah. So
And then you've got, so you got like an 8-day, but you just call it 0 day.
Right.
Start that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then I'll be like, I'm waiting for you there. And then save and test, save and publish, save and publish. And then this one would go out. I would just put 1 days. And then when this be sent, I'll do.
But then also that first option.
That first one. Yeah. The same
Select the
thing.
first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
this email will be sent after. Yeah. This one 1 day later. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
At
then,
7 o'clock.
I would just keep doing 1 day after that next email.
Mhm.
So
Yep,
if I
at
did the
the-
third one, I would say 1 day after email
Mhm.
2.
There you go. Right after it's on the same time every single day. You get the same emails.
Yeah.
Almost. Now you're getting into your schedule.
There it is. There it
Damn,
is.
Mike.
Oh, and now I can go in on that campaign, this automation now. Now I can go in there and I would have, like, so when the tag's added, I bet you 10 to 1. There you go. Subscribe to a campaign, and that would kick that campaign off. And then I would just build in the campaign over there probably.
Because you can choose the campaign name right from there, and then it just gives you that.
Yeah,
it
so I
just
would
sets it
say,
up.
yeah, do the 7-day blueprint campaign. So that's what they would do. And then, so 7-day blueprint campaign, when this tag is added, 7-day blueprint campaign kicks off. There you go. And then, but you know what? I could probably, matter of fact, actually, I could probably just all the way over here, I'd still tag them. But I bet at the funnels, I could probably, in my funnels, the automation rule is I could add the tag. Oh, it didn't add it, you dirty slimy. Okay, so automation, I didn't save it. Oh, it did. Never mind. Okay, so then I'd add another action, and I would say subscribe to a campaign. So it tags them too, and it subscribes them to this campaign. There we go. Because I want them tagged in the system as well, so I always know who they are, where they came from. But then what I can do over in my campaign, which would be under emails now. Oh shit, I hope that saved that. Mother effer. Let me go back. It probably didn't. Let's see. Maybe it did. It might have. It did. Oh, I saved the rule. Okay. So if I go back to here, go to campaigns, go to here, I'll bet you what I need to do is create no.
I betcha.
Let's see, what do I do now? So in between those, I need it to check, but maybe that's what happens. How does it check it in between? Oh, no. So that's what happens. So in the automation rule, it's saying, wait, let's click into this. No, they're going to get all 7 days. So that's, I'm not checking for that. Do you understand? So when they get subscribed to this campaign, we want all these to drip out 1 day after another, just like we did in the automations over here. It gave them all 7 days. We weren't asking, did they subscribe to Build Lab or anything yet? See, they got all 7 days, one after another. So this would just subscribe them to here. I could take all of these off now, obviously.
Well, I mean, you would put the tag like
No, this is what I would do. Don't get that
Oh.
idea in your brain. This is
Okay.
what I would do. I would come in here to these campaigns. No, I would just create another automation that did this. So I'd go to workflows. Okay, we're in workflow. I'd create another workflow that said, this would be like, this is be the unsub from Build Lab sales campaign or something like that. So that'd be this.
Right.
And then what I would do in here, I'll just activate it right away. Screw it. What I would do in here is edit. I would say if this trigger happens, so if they get, if they get this tag added, Build Lab, then I would tell it to do this action. I would say unsubscribe from the 7-day blueprint campaign. So that's how you do that. So now these are just workflows in place that get rid of that stuff. So you just got it. That's why tags are so powerful. You just use tags. If it gets this tag, do this. If it gets this tag, do this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I can see having all the unsubs as 7-day blueprint, then like build, buy it, or sub or unsub, and then you could I see
No,
what
that's a
you're doing.
good point. So inside of this one here, inside of this 7-day blueprint campaign, I could attach down at the bottom. Whoops, that's not what I want. This thing, 7-day blueprint, this would only have this, and this. That's it. The rest of this would not exist. And then you wouldn't need it, because then what I could do is the campaigns, I would create another campaign, and this campaign would be like that standard 6-day campaign that happens after all this. And I would just put inside, I'd make another workflow that says, well, it just already does it. I'll say anybody that subscribed to the 7-day blueprint that doesn't have the tag, send them this. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's how the tags work. That's how you use it inside a system. Now I have to go test all this to make sure it works and everything.
Are you going to do this twice then, to do the A/B test thing that I've been seeing?
No, what do you mean?
Sorry, I don't want to get off topic and get into the weeds, but I always see these A/B, and to check out like what works better.
Yeah.
So would you recreate everything you just did right now? Would you do that a second time with a different header or something, or a different landing page to see what works better?
I would just create a new, me personally, I would just create another landing page and hook it to the front and send people to that one instead of the other one.
And then just count to see what happens.
Since since it's a 7-day blueprint, I've got that domain name. I would just duplicate I would make another page, and I would change the first page. Oh, here. So what I would do, I'm over here talking about it, I can show you. What I would do is I'd come in here on this landing page, and I would go duplicate, confirm, and then I would keep this one. I would put landing page. I would use this as V2, and then I'd come back up to this one, which I got to save that. So this would be V1.
Okay.
V1, save. And then I'd come to this one. This one would be V2, save. And then on this one in 7-day blueprint, I would make that, I'd go to the first one, and I would just put V1 on it just to scrub that down, so I couldn't use it anymore. And then this would become the new 7-day blueprint page. You see how I did that? Right. I can't have two that are the same, so I had to go change this one to V1 so it doesn't use that anymore. And now they would start going to V2, and the only thing I would change on is the headline.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Or I would change one thing about the page, whether maybe it's a picture, maybe it's a bullet point, and then I would run maybe another 1,000 people to it just to validate which one outperformed which, and then I'd stick with that one.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, now you just taught me the testing side of things. That makes sense.
I might have 10 of these up here, V10, and I'd change this one to V2. And then I would, duplicate the other one and change it off to the 7-day blueprint. So I never lose the 7-day blueprint domain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because what you're saying is that from every one of those version pages, the call to action and the buttons that get you to 7-day blueprint in this example are all the same. The page just looks a little bit different.
And then what I might do at the very end, when I've got everything going and it's like working and stuff, I might take all these videos and just put them all on one page.
Oh, so that they could just click one after the
Yeah,
other?
just like they could watch all of them or something. And then that could be like an opt-in itself, like just get it here. I created it live, and because I can say I created it live. And now you guys can get it, all of them here, all on this page. And that could be another opt-in. That could be another opt-in itself. I'll be like, hey, opt-in, you get all 7 days right away.
Okay.
And then if it's good, I can then take all of these, I can go back through and be like, okay, how could I streamline this? How could I make this faster? How could I add, what are some things I could have added to make it faster, easier, better? Now I got a product called the 7-day blueprint from beginner to steady monthly recurring revenue. And I can charge $47 to $147. I'd probably charge like $147 for it. Because if they just made a couple sales, they'd make all their money back.
I mean,
and now I've got
now
I got a $147 product that I can push. And then that one, I could say, well, listen, everybody in Build Lab already gets all these products that I ever create that are like this. So you could just join Build Lab for $97 a month, or you could just get $7.99 for lifetime. And now I've got all those things that could happen. I could
Mike,
make
have I
140.
told you lately how much I love you?
Well, I mean, this is like what I want you guys to see, you know, like,
I
cause this is
appreciate
what it
you
is,
so much.
right?
Yep, I really
Amazing.
appreciate all this. This is
It's-
awesome.
It's pretty sweet. And that's what I say, like, that's why I go so crazy about the funnel, because it's like, when you learn how to do the funnel and you learn how to do what we just did, what can you not sell? What can you not do? Like, does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. And seeing
Where's my
it's
picture at? What happened to
amazing.
my video, man?
I
Hold
think you
up.
stopped sharing your screen.
So that's what this is.
Brilliant.
And you did it in an hour and a half when you started.
Yeah, and I was
working on it.
teaching doing it.
And you were
Yeah.
teaching
Imagine if I was
it.
doing it myself without having to like talk to you and like do this kind of stuff. I'd have it done in like, you can have it up in like 30 minutes.
Now, a strategy, if this was $150 course, Mike, would
Mhm.
you have, say, a PDF cheat sheet or something as your
Yeah.
magnet?
Not on
and
the
then-
first one.
I'd like to know how to set up the payment side of things.
That's already all in the course, but you can also
Yeah.
just go to system.io, how to connect it to Stripe. And then that you'd have that done really, really fast too. But it's in the
Okay.
course. It's in
Yeah.
Build Lab. But if you go to their help thing, it shows them how to, they walk you through how to set up Stripe, or there's like 50 YouTubers that will, and you'll have it real fast. Or you can go in the
Yeah.
course and get it. You can search. But
Yeah, it has it for PayPal too.
yeah. But the thing is like, this is all you do. The first one, they don't get a PDF.
Yeah.
First off, for $147, what you guys just learned right now today is worth more than $147. Like, it's worth,
Amen.
it can make tens of thousands of dollars for you per month, per week. It can make you, this is it. This is it.
I mean, it's like I was shooting myself in the foot and you taught me how to stop doing that.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
it.
And it only cost me $147 to do it.
Yeah, or they'll be like, well, instead of paying 147, I could just pay 97 a month. And now I've got them, I'll have those, some people will do that, and I'll have monthly recurring on them. And they'll be in doing the monthly recurring, and then they'll be like, well, this is kind of stupid to do 97 a month. I'm gonna keep doing this. I like this. I can just join for $7.99. Okay, they'll join for $7.99. Now I've got $7.99. Great.
Because you're looking at this not as you're going to do this you're doing
That's right.
this
So
not as a temporary thing. So whether you do lifetime or whether you do monthly, it's really just a jumping in and jumping off point really for somebody.
My goal is to have a steady 1,000 a month, paying 97 a month. Any 799s that I get, great. Any 147s or 47s or 97 one time, because I'll have a one-time purchase thing from like 47 to 147, because I think that's a good price point.
Yeah.
Some courses might be 5 videos they get, and it's like $67. And it might be over just how to set up the automations or workflows.
Maybe they don't want the community, they just want the info.
Well, they don't know yet until they like get in there and they're like, oh crap, this is cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe I do want to be in the community. Well, it's only $97 and I get everything, every product he ever creates. So what it makes sense, instead of paying 147 or 67 or 47, I just pay 97. I can get in there, and then they get in there and they realize they need more time. So now I get another month. Now we're at 2 payments of 97. Then they're like, oh, 3 months. And then about 3 months, 4 months, they go, well, shit, for $7.99, I can just have for life. And then, so I got 97, 97, 97. Then it comes $7.99. And then I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to do a mastermind. I want serious people there. So it's $1,000 if you guys want to come. It's catered food. It's for 3 days. It's a huge Airbnb out by Cool Lake or Cool Pond or Cool Backyard, Cool something. For 3 days, we'll hang out. It's $1,000. 20 people show. I make 20 grand in a weekend. Plus, I have 1,000 people paying 97 a month. Plus, I have the trickling the 79s. Then I have the trickling 67s, the 147s, the 47. And then it's just at the end of the day, I have more money than I need, and everybody's
Lifestyle.
getting value. And it's simple and easy. I can do it from anywhere.
Puerto Vallarta.
You
Bless
see what
you.
I'm, you see it?
Yep.
And then what do I have to do? Well, I can't be a drug addict. I can't be a drunk. I can't be an asshole. I can't be some non-showing up shithead. I can't kill myself, because then it's like that, you know, because you feel
The whole
like
thing
you don't want to
falls
let your
apart.
people down. And so it keeps you in check. I mean, I still, have a drink. I still have a headache sometimes. Like all that stuff happens, right? Like I still do things I shouldn't do, but that's
Gotta
the
show
game that
up.
you keep playing.
Yeah.
That's the game you keep playing. And it's like, this is where you just try to get better and better. And then you always have something in your content to say to somebody to go check out, and it's valuable. It's what they want. And it's what you like doing.
I wish I started using ScreenFlow and Pixelmator right off the bat instead of trying to use all these other nonsense things. They solve the problem a lot quicker.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
here's the next thing. It's like, here's what else is really cool. Then you've got like all of that happening, right? So you can just easily create content. You're doing what you love to do. You have all this stuff. You can create products forever, because things always change, and you can change with them and adjust it to them. When this metaverse looking stuff comes out, I'll show how to do the metaverse thing, how to do this using the metaverse to do content or whatever. So I'll have that whole thing to talk about. And then, you always have something, and then you can always make an offer. You're always helping people. It's just such a really cool thing. And all you have to do is just start doing it. And, but you got to want to do it, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be like deep copy. That's the thing I get so like crazy with everybody about, like, cause it's like, just trust yourself. Just say, what would you say? That's what people want. That's what authenticity is. We talk about it, but then we want to go to chat. And it's like, I love it. You can use it too. It'll work. The big thing is just do it. Set this thing up. But forever you're creating like these landing pages and stuff.
Mhm.
And then you can kill two birds with one stone. I did a live call. You could do a live call with free people. That could be your first time. I did plenty of those I did it live. You could train your whole course live. After they pay for it, you're like, well, what am I haven't got it made yet. Well, just do this. What if I mess it up? What if you do? What are they going to say? You'll be surprised.
But
You
they
won't.
can't expect perfection.
Well, no, but you won't mess it up. And it was $47 or something. And you got 100 people to come. That's $4,700.
Mhm.
Now you have more confidence. You have more evidence. You can show how you made the 4,700 doing what you do, or whatever, if you're not doing money. Here's how to chip a golf ball. Show them how to chip a golf ball on video. Well, how do I do that? I don't know. Move your camera back so we can see you and talk to it, and show us how to chip a golf ball. Chip a golf ball course, 7 days of chipping a golf ball with me. It's $47. If you don't like it and you're mad about it, I'll give you your $47 back. But you only have 7 days to get it back. Nobody will unsubscribe. They'll all get enough value where they're like, they want you to have the 47.
Mike, I have a question. So someone was like hyped up trying to buy the course for me and all that. And then he was like, okay, well, we'll get on a free call, right? And then I don't want it to be recorded. And I'm like, okay, well, no, and it's $97. So like it's not that much money. And then he was like, well, the problem is I don't have any money. But like I don't know. I just don't want to get on any more free calls because I've done way too much of that and I've helped people. So
You did
I
the
don't
right
know,
thing.
yeah.
If you can't invest $97 into you getting better, then it's not for you. It's not time yet. It's not for you
Yep.
yet.
He's not ready.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
not ready.
How many times I've been there? And how many times have I emailed people and said, my life is, I love the offer. My life is just not in a place where I can afford that right now. Can I work out a payment plan with you or something like that? And 90% of the time, the answer was a no. The product was what the product was. This is the entry point, and it sets you on this path, and you have to be ready to engage that. When I found Mike, I was finally in a place where I could make the investment. It seemed reasonable, and look where I'm at today.
And and here's the other thing too. Like, it's not that we don't have the money to spend. It's just where we choose to spend it. And if you don't believe that, get your ass to a movie theater tonight. It's Saturday night. I promise you that son of a bitch will be full. Go by all the famous restaurants. You'll see everybody parked out there wearing nice clothes, eating nice food, spending more than they would spend on your. I can't go out to eat for $47.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I
eat, to have lunch for that.
Mike, I have another question.
But do you understand that? I want you to understand that, because what you're offering is way more valuable than a prime rib dinner and a cocktail.
Yeah.
And the moment you realize that, and you talk about, that's how you price anchor. I just price anchored with you. Listen, go to the movie with your significant other and enjoy dinner, or don't do that this Saturday and give it to me instead. And let me show you how to do something where you can do that every day of the week and you don't even care. Because it doesn't affect you.
Yep.
You decide what you want.
Yeah. It's value, perceptions of value.
That's it.
Yeah.
What,
John?
No, I've had a ton of people say things like, we'll work on this together now, and then like in a few months it might, make some money. I've had like more people than I can count say that to me, and I'm like so sick of it. So
what do you say? What would you say to that?
Well, that's the problem. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like that was me all the time. I'd be like, yeah,
right,
totally, let's do it. And then yeah, just I'm done with that.
I always try to find like situations where you can make that not make sense. And I would say, what you're basically saying is, I just let you watch the movies, or I let you eat the food. And if you like it, then you'll pay me. If you don't like it, you don't have to pay me. Is that what you're saying? And then I just don't say anything. That's a very bland example. Or I'd be like, so I should just give you like a, brand new car. And then if you like it, you can pay for it. Right. What about all the work I did to create this car that you want? Do I deserve anything for that? Or should I just give it to you because you're not willing to invest in yourself? What makes more sense to you? What would you do? Would you just give somebody a brand new car that you built and made that could transport them to all kinds of places and give them all kinds of access to things and be able to do things? Would you just give that to them? You worked so hard to create it. And then if they want it or like it later, you would say they could just pay you if they wanted to. Because that's what you're asking me to do right now. Does that sound like something you would want to do common sense wise? And you might actually help them. They might actually go, shit, you know what? That's a good point. Maybe I need to and do something to like get what I want.
Yeah. It isn't that you don't empathize with their position, and it isn't that you don't want to help them. It's just that investment validates the work you put into the product to get to give them that solution, and it shows seriousness. Rather, people want the
confidence. They want you to like believe in your stuff, and the other thing is you have to help people see.
They want the result, not the work that it takes to get there.
They're not seeing correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how world works.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it works. That's not how physics works.
Yeah, I wish I would have known how to do that like 5 years ago.
Well, now.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, though. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Now, and
now you know how to do it.
Dude, you're so young. Oh my God.
I'm
if
54
you can figure
and
out
I'm
what we
learning
talked
this.
about today at your age, and you actually can take action on it, you will make 1,000 times more money than me. And it will be amazing for you. And all you have to do is just do it every day. Like this, it took me a couple hours, guys. I'm going to go. I'm going to send out my newsletter. I'm going to go, I got to clean some shit out of my garage, and then I'm going to jack around the rest of the day. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably going to go. Well, I am going golfing at 4:00. Michelle and I are going to go. Then I'm going to go out to eat after that, and we might catch a movie, depending if we're tired or not. And then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and do the same shit and have a good time. And about 3-4 o'clock, I'm going to go do whatever the hell I want.
And she's
I
probably
got
in
the
the other
money to do
room
it.
doing her lives, right?
I'm going to drive a nice car there. I'm going to have a nice meal. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to show up the way I want to show up. And and I feel great. And I go to sleep and I wake up and I work out and I do my thing and I play my thing. This is it.
That's life.
And I try to make it better. I try to get better. I try to do stop more bad habits, do more good habits. I try to sleep better, get better. I just trying to do the thing, but I'm making more than the average bear. And I'm doing it in a very, very like having to be like working on the
Non-confrontational way.
chain gang. Like I don't have to like go do that.
Yep.
I'm not clocking in. I clock in for myself and you. But like it's very mobilized. I have to work every single day too, but it's different work. And you don't have to wait till you're certain something, this and that. You just got to do it every day and you'll be that. You'll wake up, you'll go, holy shit, I'm doing this. This is crazy. It's not going to be like,
I can quit my job.
It's not going to be a door you come up to. It's just going to start happening. You'll have more than you need.
No, it's starting to compound. Like people are replying to my emails. My email list is growing. I'm getting the affiliate income on the side. Like things are starting to just go in the
Squeaky
right
wheel
direction.
gets greased. And that means if you're squeaking out there, people will come. It's just the way it is. But you got to be out there. You got to do it. You can't just have fun. There's nothing to be scared of. Nothing is going to happen to you. You're not going to get in trouble. Nobody's coming to hurt you.
Right.
Nothing is going to happen other than you're going to learn or you're going to make some money or both, always, all time. And just care about your person. Care about them.
Bring
Be
them along.
somebody that cares.
Lift a hand up.
That's
not a
it.
handout.
That's it.
That's
And
the way
use
it
these-
always talked to me. You get a hand up, or rather than a handout. And
you
that's the
gotta
way.
you gotta believe in yourself. And the way you believe in yourself is you just believe in yourself.
Well, you just make the decision that this is going to work, and then your brain will automatically fill in the rest. It'll make it happen.
My mind
I mean-
goes, I can do, if somebody else did it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Anything
just gonna
you can
do it.
I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Right?
Yeah, I don't care about better, worse. If they can do it, I can do it.
That's right.
And that's all I think about. And that's it. And then I know I have to be consistent, which is the hardest thing of it all.
Showing up. Yeah.
Because you have all kinds of things happening, like life,
Yep.
And then you gotta get a hold of yourself. Don't spend it. Or spend it. Or, what do are you're too tired to make content? Why are you too tired? Well, you drank too much last night. Well, I can't do that again.
Right.
Why do you feel like shit? Oh, well, you've been talking like shit to yourself all day. Well, you can't keep doing that.
No.
Or you won't. How are you going to show? You can't talk shit on yourself and then go think about that. So you can't. And if you can't get yourself to stop, if you can't talk good about yourself, just don't talk to yourself. That's called meditating. And if you practice that, then you can get really good at not talking to yourself whenever you want to. And that's really what that is for. It's not, you're not going to transport and wormhole to some like galaxy and it's just stop being a dumbass to yourself. Stop talking shit on yourself.
Yeah.
You are choosing what to say to yourself. That's scary that you would rather talk shit.
It is.
So stop.
No, I don't talk too much shit to myself.
And don't you can, if you're comparing to yourself to everybody, like that's like you're not even doing anything. You're just messing with yourself. Just do it. There's nothing to compare to. This isn't like after school crap either. This is just like, what are you doing? Like, who cares? Who cares? What are you gonna do? Like, why not you? Why not you? What did they do? whoever else you believe in, they're just talking.
If not you, who?
It's if it's the best thing to do is just not worry about you. Just worry about your person. Just worry about them getting that. Worry about them getting it. That's it. And that it'll take care of itself. And then just try to do your stuff better. Just try to like make it look nicer. I mean, try to, but keep it simple. I keep it that simple. Because it's not about that. That's why you just keep it low, keep it white, black and white in the beginning. They don't need PDFs. They don't need all this shit. They just help them. It's $47 or it's $50 or $97.
And they'll get something out of it because that's just a number you put to gain access to the key that opens that little box that is a little, the product. And that,
you know how many movies I've watched that were complete shit? I fell asleep in them, didn't even care, never watch them again, don't care, but I spent 20 something odd dollars and I didn't go back to the front and like demand my money. It's just, I made a choice and it wasn't what I liked. Big deal. I've bought so many courses that were just complete and utter trash. I didn't get mad at them. I'm like, they're trying, whatever, screw it. I paid, I'm on to the next thing. You can't, you can say it's expensive or not expensive, whatever you want to say, but why even say that? Why not just create it and throw something on it?
Mm-hmm.
What can they afford? Don't be stupid. If they're brand new and if they're wondering what a landing page is and you're charging $5,000. Yeah, no. You better be there really helping them. You better be there in a different, it depends. It's all contextual. If you're showing somebody how to do an email, they don't know how to do emails. So you think, yeah, charge $1,000. Like, what? They're not going to pay that. No. But eventually people will, or they don't need to. You can just get thousands and thousands and thousands of people that pay the other, or hundreds. It doesn't matter. Make money on your own, and then you'll know what to do.
Russell Brunson once said something about maintenance. I remember from one of his info products, or back in the early days, he says that when you set the funnel up, it's your 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, make money while you're sleeping kind of scenario, and then that's your entry kind of thing into this world of internet marketing. And then there's a maintenance. Once you're experienced, once you've got like a base of knowledge under you, now the community is the masterminds, the next product. You pay the $1,000 and you pay for your education, you pay for your community, and then there's a cost to that, and those are just your maintenance costs to continue in that world. And then you're making money to afford that, and it's just kind of big circle of life type of thing. He laid it out pretty succinctly in one of his courses.
No, he's an incredible person. He's incredibly what he does.
And he started out with the potato gun.
Yeah, no, his story. I love the guy's amazing. I literally, I mean, there's so many mentors that I can't ever repay them what they've given me. Like I stand this. I love all of them. I go buy all their stuff. I love it all. And if you just care and like love and like produce value and show up, man, things are going to work out for you. And have a plan. And now that you know how to do what I just shared with you on here, I'm not even lying. That's all it is. If I didn't have Build Lab already on a page with an order page thing on it, I'd have made one today. Mm-hmm. And you could just have a video on there. And then, what about just create a video? The first video, I just talk. I'm just me. And it's usually too long. It's too jibbity. So I have to go back and like try to fix it. And that's hard. So that's not hard. I have to listen to my video. How can I make it better? Oh, geez. Where's my sweatband and my stretching equipment for afterwards? It's not hard, you guys.
Right.
Like, You're
Should we
gonna,
be concerned about like what's I think I know like where Bijan is you give away things for free, and this is the stuff you could be charging for. So is there a way to kind of know a limit of what's good for free versus, especially if you're going to regurgitate some of this for like the first module or somewhere in one of the pillars or one of the modules in the actual course. I mean, I know the course can make itself. I think you said something to me early on. I think it was back early May or one of the first calls I joined, where I told you I didn't have anything set up, and I felt like, who am I? Almost an imposter syndrome of a way. If I didn't have an actual product for somebody to consume, you could say you make it as you go and you solve the problem. Well,
Well-
okay. And you said just give them the info, just give
Yeah.
it to them. And then, but how much info for free is enough for free so that you don't give them so much that then now they don't want to buy your course?
what you do is your very, very first one, you do the whole thing for free. How many, if you can't get 10 or 20 free people on, you sure as hell ain't going to sell it. So
I
that's your
suppose you're
first
right.
mission. Get 20 people for free to join you on your 2-hour Zoom where you're going to do your entire course in 2 hours. Have a blueprint laid out, what you're going to talk about, your 10 steps that you're going to go over. Do it live with 20 free people. Now your course is done. Now the next one you're charging for. Because the first one you did free, that built the course. That's version 1. You built it with people. There's Q&A built into it, just like I did here. I literally just built a course with you guys today. Is it the best course in the world? Nope, it's version 1. And you know what? I could sell it. And we have all this built-in chit chat in it. You guys are in it. They'll check you out. They'll be like, who's this person? Who's this person? They'll look around. They do that. That's what people do. And then you guys are getting a little bit of whatever, but you're here to learn. And now you've learned. It's like Inception. You're like in the learning of it right now. But your first one's free until you get a group like this. Then you can do it with your group and they love it. I mean, did you guys enjoy it today? Was it helpful?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes.
So power, cool. And then I'm like, is it okay if I sell this, guys? Is it okay if I use this as a free lead magnet? Is it okay if I do that? Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of
Okay.
course. Of course.
So the same thing everybody will say, but then when you do your first one for free, you get all this feedback to make the next one better. Because when I go to break these up, I'll hear the little feedbacks in there. And I can take the little pieces out that I need to. You can do a lot with this. But now what I can do is I can go charge for the next one. And then that's it. And then you keep building from there. You see, that's how you go about it, and just do it. And if people don't like your free one, well, it's free, but you'll learn how to make the next one better. But it is your first one. You know what I mean? And then that's how you just keep doing it from there. And then I can say, hey guys, because like when I go to push this out, I'll be like, guys, I had I don't know, it's like I'll find out how many people were totally on, but I'll be like, I had like 7 people or 8 people on live with me as I created this 7-day blueprint program. And it shows you how to do monthly recurring revenue. Basically the easiest low tech setup, the daily growth workflow. Cause I'll take parts out where I'm like, you just post every day, and I'll just put that kind of thing in there, and I'll add a little tidlib if I want to. How to actually know your niche. We talked about that. We talked about who your niche is. It's you helping the person to get to, like, we talked about this. It's all in here. And then I was like, my content marketing flywheel. Okay. That might be, I already have my content marketing flywheel. I'll probably take a little segment out and stick it in there for that. And that's it.
Right.
And then I've got my 7 days now. So that's the great thing about building other things, and then it's like all that stuff, the content flywheel. I might do that with you guys live. We might do that on another Thursday or something, right? Or maybe we'll schedule a Saturday like we did today.
I like that because I can be there then.
You see? And then it's like, okay, so I just learned that Saturday might work better for people. That's when I can build all my courses. And I can have 5 little separate one-off courses that are paying my car payment, my car insurance, my rent. And then the however many people, a couple hundred people, 200-300 people a month paying $97 a month, that pays for the other stuff, and you just work it off like that. And then it builds up and you start getting the hang of it. And then you're like, oh, okay, I see this. I see what's up. And then you keep doing it, You keep
And then
how
you're
to-
living in a brand new economy, a whole brand
yeah,
new
your whole
economy.
life changes, and it feels great because you help people.
And you can claim that with all the validity and all the confidence and yeah, your integrity.
And then you guys start making money, and then I ask you to do an interview with me, and I talk about what was your journey like getting here? How much did you make? And then that inspires other people to join. It inspires them to do it. You're happy. You're getting promoted. You're getting put because you actually did the work to be promoted. Now you guys do the work to be promoted. I'll tag your post at the top of the build lab, gets you a little attention. You start getting a little bit more respect. People start reaching out to you a little different. Pretty soon when you're doing that in the courses and I do an interview over you and I send it out to my entire email list, put it on my YouTube channel, I put it on my TikTok. Now people are like, oh, that's that person. And then when they hear you talking, you got more authority behind you again, and you just keep growing. And then you start showing up more and they like you, and then you find and this is how you stage up. And that's it. And then pretty soon you've made it into a place where it's kind of like escape velocity, where you're just kind of you're known for that in your own little place. I'd like to be known for that to 1,000 true fans. That's all I want.
Right.
And that compounds. It does its own thing. And I just know I've decided this is what I'm going to do. And this is it.
And you're going to be successful at it because you already know that.
I'll make sure of it because it's my favorite thing. It's my thing. I like doing this.
And it's nice being not beholden to somebody else for time. You create your own value.
You'll work out of that quickly. That soon changes in your mind. You see that you can be valuable by yourself like that.
All by yourself. Exactly.
You don't need, oh, what about my insurance and all that? Well, how much is the insurance? Oh, if I don't go through a company, it's $800 a month. Well, how many sales do you need to make? Well, you need to make one $799 sale, or you need to make 897 sales. And then, well, what about the rest of the money? Well, how much is it? Okay. I need to make $5,000 a month. Okay. Well, how many of each do you got to sell? That's your goal. How many then do you got to sell per day? That's your goal. What if you don't hit it? Well, you're going to have to call a bill collector, I guess, and tell him you're going to be late a month, or give me 5 more days and you better hustle and get it done. You better sell one. And then pretty soon you're like, well, why? I need to make this more consistent. How do I do this in a more consistent way? And then it just tells you what to do. And then you're here too. You can come to me and I can beat you up and slap you around and tell you something you already know, and then I can show you stuff like this. And that's what this is. It's a big brother, big sister, help each other thing. But that's why you're in this group. If you wasn't in this group, you wouldn't have got this today.
Very right.
What's that worth? Is it worth it?
Absolutely.
You got this forever. Long as you pay, or if you paid lifetime, you're here. We got it. Let's do it. It's simple.
That's what it is.
I'll be here. I might be late. You're not going to get this mic every time. but I'm just me, and it's like, so that's it.
Thank you.
So
that was
I think you guys, I
call.
couldn't have done this without you. This is the beauty of this thing. It's such a cool thing. It just,
we showed up for each other.
Yeah, exactly. Today. It's a really neat thing. It's a really neat thing, and it's waiting there for you for the end of time. This has always been available. It just used to be in book form or class form because we didn't have this form. Teach a man to fish. It's the oldest rule in the book.
Yeah, I found a book from the 1800s that was like how to grow mushrooms to sell at a farmer's market or something.
That's what my buddy's doing nowadays. He's still using that model, and it works.
Same exact.
But that's the thing. And if you can just wrap your head around, build a list, sell the list. Well, how do you build a list? Well, you got to make an offer on a landing page like we did today. Now they're on the list. Now you can sell them. What do you sell them? We'll just keep talking to them about how good this is. Talk to them about what it's like. That's what they're,
I mean, they're also, I mean, you see a lot of what attracts you a lot of the times is when you see the big flashy ads and you see one thing, an algorithm will feed you 20, 30 other content creators doing the same thing. And I often wonder, when they talk about their team, and you're a one-person operation, which is great. I always wonder at what point, I want to get to a point where I'm successful enough to where I can just have a small team of trusted people I can pay to take care of things that I'm not good at. I can hire a Bijan, I can hire a Tammy, I can hire a you, to help me bring my ideas forward, especially when I want to create new communities and new products just from the one versus the one that I just started, that got me there. I mean, the first world problems.
100%. And like Bijan, the only thing I'd say about your thing is I would just make the bullets smaller. I'd try to make them like one short little 5-word sentence or something.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
And I just
Because it
noticed
just, my brain goes, I'm not going to read all that. That's just the first thing my brain does. But that's me, and I'm not looking for that. Other people might dive in. That's why you got to test. You can't
me
let
personally, I don't read anything.
Yeah, so then maybe just take the bullets off and then just put a button there and just put an opt-in. That's it. You don't have, and just use the headline. Forget about all that. Remove is going to be the answer, not add.
Okay.
And then just, if it's not enough, add.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a diet. You go down to nothing and you add one thing and you're like, does that mess with me or not? And then yes or no, keep it, yes or no. If it does, that's it. And then push that. You just push that, but you got to push that long enough. You got to keep pushing that one thing and figure out, when does it actually start converting? Like, you got to keep talking about it and pushing that one idea until it converts.
No, it's like when I was in college, I had to get like 100 signatures, and that was easy for me. Like, on the campus, I can go up to 100 people and talk to them, and I could convince anyone in person. But doing
Your
it in a
campus is
video,
now social media.
yeah.
Yep.
And it's just a video instead of you there in person.
Yeah.
And I'd make the copywriting thing, I'd make that bigger, make that the main attraction, and make the text smaller, so it doesn't crowd the right side of the page.
That was just the default thing in the Pixelmator.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's it. And I mean, it's, again, that page just needs to get your person that is usually just your past self that didn't know what you know now, that wanted to know what you know now.
Right. Yeah.
And you're just getting that person to commit and make that little bit of commitment of email to watch it, and then something in it might catch them. Maybe not.
And that was a big thing that I realized today when you said you're not trying to explain what this is to someone. You're trying to show someone who already knows what it is.
They already know what it is. They're they're looking for a sign. They're looking for the answer. And there's more of those people than you can serve. Now, if you want to be a convincer of ideas, then you can do that. And you can do that in your own thing. Hey, have you ever heard of online business? That's the very top of the funnel. That's the very top of the funnel. You typically are working with middle to bottom of the funnel. They're already hungry. And they like hot dogs already. They already told you, we're hungry for hot dogs. We're looking for them. You're like, I made you a really juicy one. Like, that's right. That's where you're going to make the money. Then when you got the money flowing, then you can start working top of funnel, or you can just work it whenever. You can work it all. But you're always working through those levels. Some people are like, they're deciding between you and somebody else. You got to talk to that person. Some people are trying to decide, does this thing really work? That's like the middle of the funnel. I know what it is. I know I want it to be, but and then there's people like, and you got to like say, hey, have you ever heard of this? There's those people too. And you're just constantly, that's the customer journey.
I'd love to see an offer amplification process, or video creation, or the upsells, because that's the thing I'm always getting every time. You just did the basics of it just to get the product, but I've often heard Russell Brunson, just one of many, but it's a formula that I've seen, is you have at least 2 to 3 upsells So you're selling with this lead magnet, you're then using that to get to the thing that you actually are selling, the thing you really are looking to make the money for. And you know, and I'd like to kind of figure out at what point is there a right or wrong answer with respect to when to offer that kind of thing? I guess you got to have something at first.
Yeah, well,
You
you've
know.
got to sell the front thing first. Once that thing
Mhm.
starts selling, you can say, how can I add profit to this? Well, on the next page, I could sell them some more intimacy. I could sell them a 2-day with me personally for an extra $997. Or you could say, I could sell them another part of the process for the same amount as what they just purchased. Or you could offer them a monthly thing to give them something each month. What was that thing going to be? I don't know. It depends on what you're selling and what you can do. But first you got to sell the first thing. You got to have the one thing converting first. Like first you got to sell the car, then you can sell the upgrades to the car.
I
But
like the
first
idea of getting somebody just know nothing. I like I've always been a fan of, because I'm a teacher not by trade, but I mean I'm a trainer by trade. But I like to I always find value in getting that, like maybe the free thing for me could be telling you what these acronyms mean and what is an MRR and what is
See, what's happening right now is you're trying to come up with something that, you know, you're trying to come up with it. You're trying to come
like
up.
reinventing the wheel, basically.
Well, yeah, for me, like you can do that later. Maybe when you've got more time and money, you can come up with
Right.
things. But when you're hungry and you're dying, and not that you're dying or hungry, but like I try to,
I know what
I
you're saying.
treat it like that. I treat it
Yeah.
like gun to head marketing all the time.
Yeah.
And so like when I'm like that, I'm not trying to like create, I'm like, what the F are people eating right now? I need to catch them. I'm going to offer the same thing. If everybody likes cherry pie, I'm making a cherry pie.
Okay.
That's how I think. So in the beginning, and you like, if I'm trying to catch people that want to create digital products or sell monthly recurring or whatever, I'm going to go find out. I'm going to go look at where they're at and find out what they're hungry. What are they eating? What are they clicking on? What are all these videos titled that they're clicking on and watching millions of times? I'm just going to go create that. And typically you don't ever have to go past that. Because I'm not trying to be like, does a mouse, we'll see if it eats Laffy Taffy. No, I need it out of my house. I need this thing caught. I know that they do the cheese, the peanut butter. That's what I'm going to probably lean into. And that's how I go about like that part. Then once you've got that going, then you can be like, I wonder if, you know, people will bite on this, you know, then you can play that game when you're safe.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm going back and doing more of that now. I did a very small amount of that, of going and watching other YouTube videos and looking at the comments. What was the tool that you used to like
vidIQ.
see okay, so it was vidIQ for the comments?
Yeah, that's the comment one. I've got an affiliate link.
Okay, I'll click that.
I think it's vidIQ. Just type vidIQ into the Skool and it'll come up.
Do they use it?
You don't even have to use it. I don't give a shit.
YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
it just makes
I use it on YouTube, and I'll see your video, and it'll say number of views. It'll have like a metric next to it, VPH, views per hour. It'll have a number.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
So that's a cool one. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah, it just tells you if it's hopping. If it's a hopping and a jumping, then that tells you that people are into that. They like that. Something's going on there. It's an indicator of activities.
Of engagement, yeah.
But make your thing and get it done and start talking about it. That's the hard thing to do. You got to make your little landing page like we did today. That thing can be powerful as all can be. That thing can make more money than you ever imagined. Okay? It really can. You got to make it, then you got to talk about it. You got to go talk about it, and you got to talk about it long enough. And you got to keep talking about it. And you got to share it with people. That's what you got to do. And that's the hard part, because it's like you got to do that. It's not hard to do. It's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard to do it. It's easy what you got to do, but it's hard to do the easy thing that you got to do. because then you start getting in your own head. And the moment you start getting in your head, who listens to me, blah, 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 it's not about you. It's about them. You're worried about you. It's about them. Stop worrying about you. Worry about them. What do they don't know what you know.
Yep.
And if they do know what you know, they ain't listening to you because they already know that. It's pretty simple. If you think about it, like they're not, don't worry about the people that know what you know already. They're not listening to you. I'm not listening to anybody about tying a shoe. I already know how to do that. You get it?
Get it.
But if you don't know how to tie a shoe and you need to tie your shoe, then you're listening for that. Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
Like
People-
this guide right here shows
Yeah.
you how to solve this Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
And they do it in this one page thing.
Yeah. And that's a
get
damn,
to the
that
result.
thing's crazy. But
And then I got
that's what it
triangle.
is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's, and that's it. And like people pay, you know, $3 for a coffee. They'll pay $3 for your course.
Right.
Like, come on.
Well, I'm grateful for you. I'm just gonna get started with my day. Got people over today, but gotta get my pants on. But I'd love to get like to find out about upsells and offer amplification. If there's something that I could do in the creation of my initial offer that could be a little bit of an upsell that I could do.
Why not just sell the one thing for $1 first?
Okay.
Like,
Because I see that in the training, and so I often wonder if that's not the same thing.
just sell your thing for $1 first. And when you can do that, then you're ready to sell something afterwards for another $1.
Okay.
And I wouldn't even worry about that. There's
Okay.
no upsell to Build Lab.
No, there isn't. You're right about that. Yeah. Okay. Makes total sense, my friend.
It's like, just do the first thing and then you'll do the second thing. You know what I mean? Do the first thing first and do that and prove that you can sell that for $1 and then move on.
Okay.
Because
Alrighty
then
then.
you can just change the $1 to $10. Now you're
Right.
10xing. Then you can change it to, $100. Now you're 10xing. And, I mean, that's it.
All right. I am grateful, and I thank you for all the time you invest in us, and really and honestly, it's very much appreciated.
Well, listen, it's impossible without you. So I appreciate you, each and every one of you. But I am going to leave now. So
Go hit golf balls.
I love you. No, I'm going to get this to you. I'll get the recording out immediately.
All
So
right.
this will be a long recording. So it's gonna.
Oh yeah, 3 hours
But-
and 40 minutes. Yeah, big deal.
Yeah. So So I'll get that to you and you'll see the whole process. I'll send you guys the funnel and I'll get you everything that we did today in due time here within, a few days or whatever. And then you're going to see me start pushing it and you'll see how I did this. And you'll see that it actually does work and we'll look at the actual numbers and we'll see what it does.
Cool.
And it might not work.
Have a great day.
I'm gonna put in the chat. I'm thinking about different domain names, and if anybody wants to chime in on my different names, that'd be great. I just would love feedback.
Yeah. Do it in the group, in the community though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And put like, help me pick a domain name, like really like, yeah. Okay.
Drill
Cool.
it down. Yeah, I will.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks,
Listen,
you guys.
guys, I love you all. I appreciate you so much. I really mean that. And like, you can do this. Just do it. I'll get, just do it. Okay. Like you don't need any extra nothing. Just do what I did here today. And if you can do that, then you can do anything. Like you can do this, what I just did. You can do it. There's nothing about what I did that you cannot do. Okay. All right.
Cool.
You guys are the
Thanks,
best.
Mike. Bye, you guys.